You guys know what time it is. My green screen's fucking falling though. I gotta fix that shit. Wait for some folks to get up in here. Wait for some folks to get up in here. I got a song that's been stuck in my head while I'm waiting for people. I know there's nobody in here, but while I'm waiting for people to come in, I'm going to look for something to play. Let's see here. I'm learning something right now. All right. There's a delay here. This is crazy. I got to share this shit up. Yo, dog. Yo, what the fuck? I was hoping you would come in here, Raider Mac. We're on the same wavelength right now. I was hoping you would come up in here because I've been interacting with you in some of the posts and stuff, right? Some of the shorts and stuff like that. We've been interacting with some of the comments and stuff. And I just want to know how you're doing, bro. Like how are you doing? How you feeling? How's your family? How's your wife? I hope you guys are good, bro. And I hope things are better, you know? There's so much shit going on, man. Like, I ain't got to tell you. I tell you, every time I go to the supermarket now, I go to the store, every time, I swear to God, like, I know this is going to sound fucked up, but I don't mean it to sound fucked up. I have to be straightforward. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm glad you're doing good, Raider Mac. I forget that my screen's reversed. So this is my right hand, but it shows my left. So I have to salute you with my right. And that's good, man. I'm glad you guys are doing good and doing better. But every time I go to the supermarket, I find myself running into more and more Venezuelans. And I'm a Mexican-American first, Mexican heritage, right? And of course, we all got a lot of shit, but my heritage is Mexican, right? So I speak Spanish and I speak fluent Spanish, and Portuguese is similar to Spanish. So when you hear it being spoken and the way it's being spoken, you already know, you're like, those are Venezuelans or they're Brazilians, right? Or Colombians or, Chileans or South Americans. Let's just say that. Majority probably South Americans. And I've been noticing when I'm out in public more, man, I'm running into a lot more of them, and they're men. And these dudes, these motherfuckers are some solid dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got some size on them, bro. Like, I got a little bit of size on me, but I'm not like yoked up or buffed up or anything like that. But, you know, I walked around at 220, 230 for the most of my life. I won't say how tall I am because I don't want people to be able to just see me from far away, you know, that don't know me by me saying this. But, it's one of those things, bro, where I'm taking order and taking account, and I'm like, why is it that every time I'm running out here now, going to the Walgreens or going to the Walmart or going to the Fry's or going to the gas station or to the smoke shop, I'm running into more and more Venezuelans? And these guys do not look broke. They look like they got more money than me. And their energy towards me is very, very dark energy. And it's energy like they're sizing me up. Is it because I'm sizing them up? You know, because we're men, so it's a natural thing for us to size each other up. But it's just not, they're not just like sizing me up. Why is it everywhere I go that I'm running into these motherfuckers, we end up running into each other in the store somehow? Like, I'll see them as I'm going in and they're coming out, or we're they're already in there and I go in, or I come in, then they come in, and we eventually run into each other, right? And it's just an awkward energy, and it's a weird fucking energy, and I don't like it. And I'm like, these dudes ain't no small dudes that I'm running into, you know, as far as being in shape. I've yet to run into a skinny one or a fat one, and I'm keeping it real. So I'm looking at these dudes and I'm like, I got to get my shit together, man. I've been seeing it. That's why I've been working out so hard. And for those that don't know, about 4.5 months ago, I went to see my doctor and he told me everything was good. But he said that, yeah, I'm just waiting for more folks to get in here so we can get it chopping up. Who is this? What up, Big Mo? Oh, what's up, Big Mo? Hey, man, be safe out there on the road. Glad for tuning in, bro. How you doing, man? My Raider folks up in here, that's for sure. My Raider folks up in this month. I want to talk Raiders too, man. But yeah, my doctor had told me, that everything was good, but my bad cholesterol was high. I knew why, because I was drinking a lot of those Dunkin' Donuts coffees, those like frozen drinks and shit with a lot of sugar and whipped cream and all that. After my mom died, man, I didn't care. My dad died, my mom died. I didn't give a shit. I started eating bad, started drinking a lot of those fucking sweet, basically ice cream whipped up, right, with fucking caffeine in them. Yeah, no. Hey, Raider Mac, they're very dangerous, bro. That's what I was getting to. I got off subject, but that's what I was getting to. You can see these guys have training. You can feel that these guys, and I'm talking about these Venezuelan, Brazilian, Colombian folks I've been running into here in Phoenix, Arizona, because I'm from Fresno, but I'm based out of Phoenix, right? I'm based out of Phoenix. And these guys, you're right, Raider Mac, they're very dangerous. And they exude that they've already been in the shit. You feel me? You know what I mean? In the shit. They've already been through some wars, legitimate wars. Like, these motherfuckers ain't no regular dudes. And I'm like, more and more, I keep getting the feeling that these are the UN soldiers. These are the UN soldiers. They let all these men in from China, from Brazil, from Colombia, Paraguay, Uruguay, Chile. I mean, you could just go on and on. Peru. I ran into a lot of folks from the Congo. Some of them are the same way, and some aren't. But I'm just telling you, like, I'm good at reading energy, man. When you're in business with a lot of different people and you're dealing with a lot of different personalities and a lot of different walks of life and men and women, and you learn to read energy, it just becomes instinctive. You're not trying to do it, but just like AI has that, camera where it scans our face and it knows everything. When I look at somebody and I could like instantly feel their energy. And I know you guys know what I'm talking about because we're all cut from the same cloth. You can feel people's energy just like you can feel good energy. Raiders, what's up, Hey, Nicole Alexander? That's right, Raiders. But you can feel energy. And since we got a bunch of Raiders up in here, let's just talk Raiders right now. Okay, Tyreek McAllister, that guy, I dropped the ball on that guy because that day of the game on Friday against the Niners, I've been playing Madden again, right? I recently got back into Madden, and I've been tearing shit up with the Raiders and Tyreek McAllister. He's listed as a running back on the game, not as a wide receiver. He's a running back / wide receiver, right? And the dude has got speed. And you know how it is in the video game. You can have a mediocre player, but if he's got speed, 92, 93, 94, 95 as a receiver or as a running back, you can use that speed if you know how to use it in the game, and you can tear some shit up offensively, right? So I've been tearing it up with McAllister for like the last 2 weeks. And I told my brother, hey, man, I should make a video about Tyreek McAllister, that he should be one of the guys to watch tonight in the game. Because I'm like, they're playing a bunch of backups, there's a bunch of guys fighting for roster spots and all that. And so I was like, I hope they play him. I'm like, I'm not going to make a video, bro. I just going to take a nap and I'll wake up and watch the game. I just hope that they play him so we can see what he can do on the field. Because once I seen him in the game, I've already done my research on him. There's a video I'm going to drop on him that's dope as fuck. And anyways, so when I seen him in the game tearing up shit, I was loving it. It was gold. I seen the punt return, but like I said in one of the shorts, I didn't get to see I didn't get to see the second one where he caught it and ran it in because I was at the store grabbing a few things. And when I came back, I walked in. My brother was like, he scored another touchdown. I said, who? He goes, McAllister. I was like, fuck yeah. Because I'm going to admit, bro, not only because I think the guy is good. Who's hammering on my motherfucking wall, bro? Is that the fence or what the fuck? Somebody's hammering something out there. But yeah, Tyreek McAllister, I'm sorry, but he's better than Dylan Laube. And I was high on Dylan Laube, but I'm starting to see him in some games. He's got some ability. They just got to use Dylan Laube the right way. McAllister is a dude, you just get him the ball with a little bit of space, and that dude's going to smash. Watch him create, watch him do his thing, watch him get to the house. Tyreek McAllister, 5'11", I believe 190-something pounds, 92, 93 pounds. And the dude's a speedster. He can run. That's an interesting guy right there, Tyreek McAllister. And, of course, everybody's the content creators, when they see certain things, they jump on it. But, yeah, man, there's so much going on right now. We got football coming up. Have you guys seen anything about Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and what the Biden administration just did to him today? Did you guys see after RFK Jr. endorsed our boy Trump? I'm not a Trump supporter, by the way. I don't agree with all of his stuff, but I see that he's a legitimate motherfucker that cares about the country. And you know what? Hey, Turner's good. He didn't have to play in the game because he already made the squad. That man, the wide receiver position is looking very. Let's talk about Davante Adams. I'm from Fresno. I love Davante. When we got Carr in the draft, I was hoping we would draft Davante first and Carr second the year they came out, but they didn't. We got Carr second, and then eventually Davante came right, and they only played 1 year. He was gone, so I was heartbroken. I was pissed off. I always said Davante will be a Raider. He loves to be a Raider. He's going to be a Raider until – hey, what's up, Drag? Yup, Trump. Yes, Raider Mac, Nicole Alexander, Big Mo. Dragon, what's cracking, bro? Dragon Zuniga, that's my boy right there. Hey, Drag, you're the one that really got me started on all this, got me going on all this shit, bro. You pumped me up with that Tom McDonald reaction when you told me to do it. But, yeah, I just think that when it comes to the Raiders, man, at the wide receiver position, I never wanted to look at it like this. But when you're starting to see reports about Davante Adams not being happy with what's going on, and I don't try to feed into it. I don't try to be negative, but some shit you just got to talk about, especially when he went to Fresno State, and I'm from Fresno, and I'm a big Davante fan. I would not be surprised with the wide receiver core that we got. Jacoby Myers could be a number one if they got rid of Davante Adams. Jacoby Myers could be a number one receiver if Davante Adams was traded. Remember, they're starting to say that there's a possibility that he might want to be traded. And the Raiders are going to look to the future. And when you got Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker, Ramel Keaton, Wilkerson, Turner, and now McAllister, 6 guys. You got one veteran in Myers. You got a second-year man in Tucker who's going to be good. He's already good, but he's really going to be really, really good. And then you got all these young dudes. Davante could be expendable right now. And if he's unhappy and he doesn't like the quarterback situation because he's got to play with Minshew or O'Connell and he doesn't think they're going to be able to get it done, don't be surprised if 4 games into the season, maybe 5, if the Raiders are 1-4, 2-3, you know what I'm saying, 2-4, that Davante Adams gets traded to the fucking Jets for maybe a couple of second rounders, not even a first, a couple second rounders for Davante Adams. He's due to make $40 million next year, and there's no way the Raiders are going to pay one person $40 million. There's no team right now that really wants to pay players that much money for one guy. And they're not going to do that for Davante. Will he restructure his contract? I don't know, but he wants to win. He wants to win. He's got money. He wants to win. And if he sees that the Raiders are not on that path, he's going to really want out. Deshaun Jackson was just saying that Devontae basically is unhappy. Yeah, Raider Mac. Yep. One hospital ball and it's going to set him off. And I think that's what we're going to be. Ain't that sad? That's what I'm going to be looking for, bro. Like, where's the hospital ball at? Hurry up and throw one, Minshew. Hurry up and throw one. And, you know, so it's going to be very, very interesting. But the wide receiver core of the Raiders, oh, my God, I think it's never been more Raider-ish than this in a long time. Since we had Tim Brown, the last time we had like, the Raiders have always been known to have great wide receivers, right? The great Raider teams always had great wide receivers. Cliff Branch, Fred Biletnikoff, Tim Brown, Jerry Rice, Jerry Porter, just to name a few. James Jett, you know, all the speedsters you throw in there. And the wide receiver core that the Raiders got now is young and hungry. Young and hungry. And if you can get, maybe if you're lucky enough to get like a first and a third for Devontae, or 2 2s and a 3, because they really want, if the Jets really want him, Rodgers wants him. Rodgers wants him, and obviously Rodgers knows that Devontae is unhappy. And you know the way that I am. I love my players. I love Derek Carr, but ain't nobody bigger than this. Ain't nobody bigger than the Shield. Nobody's bigger than the Shield. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care if you're John Gruden. I don't care if you're Derek Carr, who I love. I don't care if you're Devontae Adams. There's nobody bigger than the motherfucking Shield. And that's what it is. It's always going to be that way. That's the Raider way. That's the Raider Nation, baby. And if you're not with us, you're against us. And if you start complaining, then get the fuck out. Get out. You won't be the first superstar that the Raiders traded away. And you won't be the last. But you know what? I believe that Telesco and Pierce, they're building this team from the inside out, from the trenches out, like it should be built, from the D-line and O-line out. And losing Devontae Adams, I'm going to tell you right now, it ain't going to hurt us. You got Brock Bowers, you got Mike Mayer, and people are sleeping on Michael Mayer. I like to call him Money Mike with that one catch he had last year, right? When O'Connell threw that one up and he jumped up and caught it. I like to call him Money Mike. And you got ballin' ass Brock. You got ballin' ass Brock Bowers. You got Trey Tucker. You got Jacoby Myers. You got DJ Turner. You got Wilkerson. You got Ramel Keaton. You got McAllister. You got all these guys. I wouldn't be surprised. And it wouldn't bother me if they traded Devontae Adams. I'm saying it right now. And I love you, Devontae. But you know what? When you start crying like a bitch, homeboy, and I'm not calling you a bitch because you're not. You're a professional, bro. But if you're crying to other players around the league that you don't want to be with the Raiders, you don't want to play with the Raiders, órale. Ala. Que te pesan los huevos, homie, te vayas a la verga. You know what I'm saying? If your balls are too heavy for you, playboy, hey, Jacoby Myers can fill in. Tucker will move up to the number 2, and then let these young, hungry wide receivers battle for them spots to keep them spots and keep adding players. We're going to be fine at the wide receiver position, and we're going to be fine. They're worried about the offensive line. Nah, I'm not worried about it. I'm not. What I'm worried about is the quarterback position, namely Gardner Minshew, because he's going to make some plays, but he's going to throw some picks. He's going to throw more picks than O'Connell throws. At the end of the day, he would throw more picks than O'Connell throws if they played the same amount of games. I will promise you that. I will promise you that. I'm not a fucking scout or anything, but yeah, Raider Mac, he did. And the thing is, Raider Mac, Carr had his chances, bro. He had his chances. So, and don't get me wrong, he bailed us out of so many games. Carr was the comeback fucking man, dude. How many times did he come back for us? And then how many times he almost came back and then he fucked up? Those fumbles, the interceptions, you know what I'm saying? And then it sucks, man. it sucks because I'll tell you right now, if we still had Carr, this is what people don't understand, though. I'm not saying we should have kept him. I'm saying if we still had him, he would have been with the Raiders, what, 12 years? This would be his third season with Devontae. The defense would be what it is. Carr's better than Gardner Minshew, and Carr is better than Aiden O'Connell right now. Aiden O'Connell will be better than Derek Carr once it's all said and done. And O'Connell finishes his career and does what he does, he's going to be way better than Carr. But right now, Carr is better than Minshew and O'Connell, and that's just my estimation. That's my feeling on that, only because his ability and familiarity with Devontae, that they don't have the stuff that Devontae and Minshew and Devontae and O'Connell are still learning. Carr and him know already without even talking about it. So just that right there. Plus with the defense, the way that we have our defense set up, I'm a little bit worried about the secondary. I'm a little bit worried about the cornerback position. We don't really got a whole lot of depth, but I believe the coaching staff that we got, I believe as the season goes along, they're going to be fixing it. Week to week, you're going to see improvement. And because our front four and our linebacking core is so good, the defensive backs, as long as our front seven stay smashing, I believe our secondary won't get as exposed because there's not many holes in it, but there's some when it comes to depth. I mean, Jack Jones is going to ball. Bennett's going to ball. Hobbs is going to ball. Merrick's going to ball. Epps is going to ball, right? We already know our D-line's going to fucking ball. The Spillane with the linebackers, you know, and so it's just going to take playing more together. They've been playing for a couple years now, but playing more together as far as the young guys, so the young guys can come along, right? So the young dudes can come along. If Hobbs gets hurt or Bennett gets hurt or, God forbid, Jack Jones fucking gets hurt because he's a physical player. These guys are physical players, and when you're a physical player, you get hurt a lot. Shit happens sometimes. You fucking break your hand, break your finger, you know, hurt a fucking knee, pull a hamstring, you know, a fucking ACL, something. So we got to have some depth. So, yeah, man, like, I just think that, you know, that it's the quarterback position for me. And if it's the quarterback position for us, right, then what the fuck do you think is for the coaches? It's the same thing. They didn't think that it was going to end like this. They thought Minshew was going to just be lights out the whole time. They thought Minshew was going to be lights out the whole time. And he wasn't. And he got the job by default. He didn't win the job. He got it by default. Yeah, me too. I feel you. Yo, Charles Washington, I see you up in here, bro. What's cracking? And Nicole Alexander Bennett. Yeah, that speed he's got, man. And he's gotten better. So we just need some depth just in case one of these guys goes down. We can count on somebody, you know. And they're going to run the shit out of that ball. But I'm just worried about Gardner Minshew. I'm worried about fucking Minshew, man. And all this shit about Minshew mania. No. So far, there ain't been no motherfucking Minshew mania in Vegas. He ain't done shit. He ain't came back. He ain't thrown one pass. He ain't handed the ball off. He ain't took a shit at halftime during one of the games. And he ain't done a motherfucking thing. There's no Minshew mania yet. And I don't think that's fair to put that much pressure on him. Let the dude fucking play. Then let's see if it's Minshew mania or Minshew fucking lamia. Let's see if it's Minshew mania or Minshew lamia. One or the other. Yeah, pues, if it's Minshew lamia, take him out. Throw it, Aiden, let's fucking roll. But yeah, I would not be surprised if Devontae Adams gets fucking traded. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, maybe even trade him for a player. Trade him to the Jets for a young lineman or a fucking a young DB and a first round and second round or something like that. A couple of second or third rounders. Something. Get something for next year because there's a lot of good players coming out. Every year This draft, the evolution of players that are ready to play in the NFL, it just goes up, goes up, goes up. There's more and more good players. These drafts are getting deeper and deeper and deeper. It's just fucking crazy. Yes, Nicole. Gardner does need to get it done. And I hope he gets it done, man. Because I want to be up there talking shit. I want to be running my mouth to motherfuckers like, hey, bro, the fucking Raiders are tearing up shit. I hope he does. I want him to. It's just up in my soul. I don't feel it. Something's telling me it's not going to be that way. Something is telling me that's not going to be that way. This watermelon juice is fucking bomb, by the way, though. I've been drinking like 2 cups of that a day for like 3 months. And I'm down like 45 pounds. But, of course, with the exercise and watching what I'm eating and all that, too. Okay, steam. Yep. Consistency is going to be the motherfucking key, man, and taking care of that ball. Because if you don't take care of that ball, ay, pobrecito, they're going to pull that motherfucker's card. Go sit down, boy. Go to the porta potty and fucking go play fucking spades on your phone or some shit. I don't know what the fuck these motherfucking type of games they play on their phones, but Gardner Minshew's probably the type of dude that likes to play that video game where you're like steam cleaning people's roofs, like the roofs of their homes, like their roof. I see my niece playing that shit the other day, and I was like, wow, kids have really, instead of doing that stuff in real life, they're doing it on a video game now. DoorDash, fucking steam cleaning roofs and making food, cooking food, selling food. And damn, there's a whole lot of motherfuckers up in here. I just see it right now. Hey, everybody that's up in here, man, thank you for being up in here. Thank you for coming. Thank you for talking. Hey, did you guys see, once again, you see what happened, what fucking Biden did to, with the Biden administration, I should say, which we know is Kamala Harris and them, what they just did to RFK today? Because he endorsed Trump over the weekend, because he endorsed him on Friday. The Harris administration, they pulled the Secret Service security detail off of RFK Jr. Oh, thank you, Nicole. I appreciate that. Hey, share this video, share the stuff. They've been shadow banning me like a motherfucker, but it's all good. It's all good. I'm just saying, man, like what the Biden administration is doing to Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Dope name, by the way. I'm just saying. I like his name. I don't know. I just like his name. Bobby Kennedy Jr. Now, Bobby, don't call me Bobby. Fuck that. I've never liked that name. My dad used to call me that when I was a kid. I don't like it. I don't like Bobby. So Bobby Kennedy Jr., the Joe Biden administration pulled the security detail off of him. He no longer will have Secret Service security detail at the rallies or anywhere. They pulled him. Think about this. Think about this. Think about this. What did they do to Robert F. Kennedy, his dad, senior? What did they do? They killed him. They shot him in front of everybody. What did they do to his uncle? They did the same thing. John F. Kennedy was shot in front of everybody. They killed his cousin, John F. Kennedy Jr. in the airplane. They set him up. Everybody knows that. And now you blatantly tell him, you tell Robert F. Kennedy's people and him, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., that you are no longer providing him with Secret Service security detail for his well-being and his safety. Knowing what already happened to his dad, knowing what already happened to his cousin and his uncle. What are you telling the American people? I'm not a lefty or a righty. I'm for what's right. I'm for what's right and what makes sense. And Trump makes sense to me. I don't agree with everything, but I don't have to agree with everything. I just agree with the fact that I know that he cares about this fucking country and he's trying to do what he can to keep it moving in the right direction and bring it back from the dead, basically, because there's a lot of shit going on, man. Like We got veterans in the street with no legs, on wheelchairs, starving. They got no family. They got no one. They got fixed income, but the rent has gone up and they can't pay the rent and they're stuck out in the street. They're living in tents. They're homeless. They got no one to take care of them. How the fuck do we pay our veterans back like this? But yet you got people just crossing over here and they're getting $40,000 on a debit card. They're getting $15,000 on an EBT card. They're giving free housing, free phones. How? How is this possible? Yeah. Who's that, Raider Mac? Whose wife and kids? You mean Robert F. Kennedy Jr.? Yeah. And he's doing what's right, bro. You know what I mean? He's doing what's right. It's just crazy. It's crazy. How can you say, how can and keep in mind, I'm not a Republican. I'm not a fucking Democrat. I'm not an independent. I'm nothing. I'm what's right. I'm for what's right. I go for what's right and what makes sense. The Democrats claim to be the party of joy and strength. They're getting money, Raider Mac. They're breaking them off while we're struggling, busting our ass, bro, to make sure everything's good. You feel me? And the left say that they're the party of joy and strength. Where is the joy in taking a security detail off of man whose family man, his dad and his cousin and uncle have all been murdered by the government? What are you saying to him and what are you saying to everyone else? What are you saying to us, to the common folk? They do not give a fuck about us. And anyone that still believes in that and wants to vote for Kamala because she's a woman and she's black and she's not black, I'm sorry. She's Southern Indian from India. She's of Indian descent, Southern Indian descent. She's not black, and it's not up for discussion. It's not up for a debate. It's the facts. Go look the shit up. Do your research. Don't listen to what people tell you. Say, oh, she's black. Her dad was Jamaican. Her dad, there's white people born in Jamaica. There's white people born in Africa, in South Africa. Does that make them African? No, that does not make them African. Do you feel me? They're born there, but they are not of African descent. So my point is, these people, if you can't see, I'm going to tell you what's up. You know who the deep state is? Do you know who the deep state is? I can tell you from everything that's gone on in my life the last 4 to 5 years and people that I've talked to that are billionaires. I used to work for a billionaire. He's gone now. He died. Is it a coincidence that this billionaire I knew that I worked for died the same year my mom and my dad did? Is it a coincidence? From the conversation I had with him back in 2021, March of 2021, he told me China owned California. China owned New York. So from then till now and before, and a lot of research I've done, if people can't see that China is a major player of the deep state, you can't see it. What do all these blue states have in common with China? Did you see when Gavin Newsom was in China? Did you see when Gavin Newsom was in China licking Ching Li or Chong Li or whatever the fuck, Bruce Lee, whatever the fuck his name is, licking his fucking ass? Oh, the Republic of California is on good terms with Xing Li and China, and they are good friends of ours. And I'm like, wait a minute. We're on the verge of war with these motherfuckers, supposedly, but the governor of California is feeling safe over there and saying that he's a friend of his and that California is always going to be open to business with China, regardless of what happens with the rest of the United States? People can't see that it's going to come down to your governors. It's going to come down to the governors of your state. China is a major player in the deep state. Not the only player, but a major player because of this. They're buying out all the politicians. They're buying them out like a motherfucker. Do this, do this. Close down these small fucking restaurants. Close down the small businesses. Close down mom pop shops. Close down this, close down that, and make sure that all your citizens are coming to our Walmarts, because Walmart is all Chinese products. Walgreens is all Chinese products, right? Have you paid attention? Have you guys been paying attention? Everything in the Walmart comes from China. It's all made in China. Everything in the Walgreens, everything in the Rite Aid, everything in the Dollar General, all these places, right? And some of these places have American addresses on the products in the back. But when you Google the American address, it's owned by fucking Chinese fucking corporations, because they've bought warehouses here. Not only do they own land here and do they own restaurants, they own everything in California. They own everything in New York and some spots in between. They've been paying off the governors. They've been paying off Gavin Newsom. Why do you think that California and New York were so quick to start masking everybody up and doing this to everybody? Where do you think that ideology came from? It started over there. And why did it? Oh, this is happening. People are dying. Yeah. People are dying because when you shut everything down and you only have a certain amount of food and a certain type of food, you were throwing all kinds of shit in those chicken sandwiches. Remember that shit with Popeyes? Remember that shit with fucking Chick-fil-A? Remember when that was the only thing that was open was fast food restaurants? And you drive and you see the lines long as fuck? You're like, damn, this is crazy. Remember those times? What do you think they were putting in the motherfucking food? What do you think they were putting in the food? Where do you think it's coming from? All that food, a lot of it is based coming from Chinese-owned companies. Cisco, look that company up. You've seen Cisco. They deliver all the restaurant food to like different restaurants and stuff like that. Not all of it, because there's McLean, there's other ones, but look up Cisco. It delivers to restaurants like Carl's Jr., restaurants like McDonald's sometimes before they bring their own stuff in. You'll see Cisco at a lot of restaurants. You'll see them at like Chili's. You'll see them at like Applebee's. You'll see them at like stuff like that. Go look up who owns Cisco. Why do you think all the electric vehicles are being pushed on us? Part of China's plan. It's the Chinese plan. It's through them that, global warming and why do you think China wants to go? China, I keep saying, I want to say California, but I keep saying China. Why do you think California wants to go electric so bad? By 2030, we're not going to have no gasoline engines and no. It has nothing to do with emissions. That's the fucking bullshit. That's the way to hook you. That's the hook right here, like a fit. They're pulling you in with that. The global warming. Let me tell you something about the world, about the planet. It does this on its own. Every few thousand years, it's a cycle that it goes through on its own. We can do nothing about it. We do not affect it. You can say, we're going to stop all the gas emissions here and this and that. But in other countries, they're burning up all kinds of shit. It don't even matter because they know the truth. All this recycling shit and all that to save the planet is all a bunch of fucking horse shit. It's a bunch of horse shit. It's to take your money, number one, and number two is to mind fuck you for the shit that they're going to throw in regarding that later on down the line. Because of global warming, now there's this, and because of global warming, now we have to do this, and because of global warming, this happened and this happened. Yo, what's up, Doggy Style Car Club? What's cracking, brother? No, they're not ready for the truth, bro. They ain't ready for the truth. Hey, those that know me know I've been doing this shit for years. I've been talking this shit for years. I would be in the fucking hood smoking weed, drinking with the homies, and one of the homies would be like, hey, Rob, tell them about that crazy shit you were telling me about. They're going to do this, they're going to do that. And I start telling them, they'd be like, damn, this fool's crazy. Where you getting this shit at? I'm like, bro, I do my research. I've always been a motherfucker that likes to learn, and I'm not going to learn from someone I can't trust because I don't know what the fuck they're trying to teach me and where they're trying to take me. I've never been a follower, you know what I'm saying? Never been. So when it comes down to it, China is the deep state, a major player in the deep state. They're not the only ones, but they got their hand in it, and they've been paying off these governors. They've been paying off these senators. Another thing, if you guys smoke cannabis, buy it from someone who grows it themselves. Stop buying from the dispensaries, and I'm going to tell you why. If you didn't know by now, they're putting shit in the dispensary weed. They're putting stuff in the dispensary weed, bro. They don't care that they're lacing it with pesticides and all that. That's why a lot of these people are getting a lot of fucking these infections in their chest and ended up owning all kinds of fucked up shit. It's giving people cancer and all that shit because they're putting all kinds of pesticides into the plant to keep the spider mites off of it, to keep the bugs off of it. They don't give a fuck. You look up who owns most of these fucking dispensaries. Exactly, Raider Mac. They do think we're fucking stupid. They think everybody's stupid, bro. And it's like people are smoking that bud. Some of it's synthetic, and they're getting sick, bro. They're getting sick as fuck from it. Some of them have heart attacks and anxiety attacks. Weed never did that to people. We never did that to people. So if you're smoking cannabis, stop buying it from the dispensaries. And if you knew who really owned these dispensaries, you wouldn't be putting your money there anyway. I got to be careful with some of the shit that I'm saying because it's going to draw me more attention than I already have, and I don't need it. But let's just say this. The people that really own the – okay, you got frontmen like Snoop, and you got frontmen like Be Real and all these guys. But they pay a lot of money to get licensed to be able to do this. Who are they paying it to? You know who they're paying it to. You got to pay it to the city council. You got to pay it to the state, wherever you're from, state of California, state of Arizona. Then you got to pay the senators. They're the ones who are clearing it. It's got to go through legislation all the way up to them, and they got to sign off on it in order for Snoop Dogg, Be Real, or one of them to be able to have a license to sell marijuana in a dispensary and grow it, to grow it and sell it. And that's the way it is. So what do you think? It's now controlled by the government. Everybody's like, oh, fuck the government, but I'm driving by these dispensaries and these fucking lines are full of motherfuckers. And you know who they're full of? People like you and me. People like you and me. That's who's in those lines. Come on. They're not only throwing it in the food, they're throwing it in the weed. Who are the ones smoking the weed? The same people that are being the same people that they're being fed all this bullshit. They go to Applebee's or Chili's and they think they're eating a good meal, but the quality of the goddamn chicken or steak, the quality of the food is trash, and most of it's shipped from overseas. Most of it is shipped from China. Why do you think some of these places end? It's the shrimp from fucking China. This shit probably ain't even real. It probably ain't even real. Yo, everybody that's up in here, I'd like to say what's up to you. Well, fuck, this is my right hand, but the show's left. I'd like to say what's up with you guys. What's cracking? What's up, Misfit Toys? Hey, man, thank you guys for being up in here, bro. I appreciate you guys interacting. There's so much going on, though. What I don't like is like what I was saying earlier. The Biden administration took the Secret Service security detail off of RFK Jr. because he endorsed Trump. They don't give a fuck about none of us, man. Anybody that's willing to vote, that just because she's a female, number one, you should never vote for somebody just because they're female or the color of their skin. I don't give a fuck what color they are. You should never cast a vote just based on that. You should cast a vote to the candidate that's going to benefit you the most. Bottom line. That's what your vote should be used for. Not just because you're casting that vote on the color of someone's skin or their just because their gender, and you're not even paying attention to the policy. And then you wonder why your sister or your brother or your cousins or your family or your own small business is now being taxed even more. And the capital gains are being taxed even more because that's what's going to happen. But a lot of people don't know. They want it. is out here saying, oh, we won't tax tips after Trump said it, right? Bitch, you think people are stupid that now you're going to try to take his idea and say, oh, we're not going to tax tips either, and think people are going to believe you, knowing that you're still going to be like, fuck you, we're going to tax these tips. I don't give a fuck what you say. If she don't care about it, but she's never had it. She's never had it rough. She don't know what it's like to be in the street. She don't know what it's like to have to hustle. Not hustle as in people use it as a metaphor to work. Real hustle. You know what real hustle is? Real hustle is making something from nothing, building something from the ground up. That's real hustle. A job is not a hustle, because if you go to that job every day, you're guaranteed a check at the end of that week or at the end of 2 weeks. You're guaranteed it as long as you showed up. When you are hustling, you're not guaranteed shit. If you don't go out there and apply yourself, you're not going to make a motherfucking dollar. That is a hustler. That's a true hustle. That is the way you hustle. So when it comes down to it, she cannot relate to black folks. She can't relate to Mexicans. She can't relate to white. She can't relate to any of us. She cannot relate to Americans because she's never lived like a middle-class American or lower-class American that's in poverty. I don't want to say lower class, but you know what I mean, in poverty, which I've lived there. I was around it for many fucking years as a kid. Come on. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's crazy the way that they think. RFK Jr. endorses Donald Trump. And because he endorsed Donald Trump, the Biden-Harris administration pulls his security detail. Okay, you want to go and endorse the guy that's trying to get us out of here and fix the country? Fuck you. Hope you die, motherfucker. Basically, that's what they're saying. And that's probably what Kamala Harris said. Fuck him. Take his, this is me imitating Kamala Harris. And mind you, I'm not good at it, but oh, he endorsed him? Fuck him. Let that motherfucker die. Pull his motherfucking security detail. Hopefully they put a bullet in his motherfucking ass. That fucking bitch, bro. That's what I see when I see that bitch. And I'm sorry. It's not to be disrespectful towards women, but that is not a woman. That is a first-class motherfucking hoe. And when I say first class, I don't mean top notch. I mean, when it comes to hoe, she's first-class hoe. Because she's done it all. Every hole has been penetrated so she can get to the spot that she's to. Every one of those old rich executives, senators, lieutenant governors that she's encountered in her life, every one of them has got her in the cornhole. Every one of them has taken her for a country ride. Every one of them has went family style on her. Hey, do you mind if we go family style on her? They've all went. Have you guys seen Idiocracy? If you have not seen Idiocracy, it's an old movie. It's dope. It's telling you a lot of what's going on now, but it's not as futuristic like it is in the movie now. But hey, they all went family style on her. Yeah, Raider, you're right. Nicole Alexander, Miss TLC, yep. She's hard to watch because it's like watching a fucking crazy person, literally. And what happened to people being mentally ill? What happened to people being mentally ill in this country? That bitch is mentally ill. There's been so many dicks that done boom, 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 boom all over her, done knocked her motherfucking brain loose, and she just, maybe that's why she's always like this, laughing, because she's used to going like this. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why she's always like, because she's used to just doing this shit all goddamn day. I can't stand her. I cannot stand her, and I wish I was a female for 10 minutes in the same room with her so I could whoop her motherfucking ass. If I was a female, slapping that bitch up and down the track, bring me my money back. And if you don't bring me my money back, I'm going to catch you. And where you're at, that's where you're going to stay at, bitch. That's what the fuck would happen. Where I find you at, that's where you're going to lay at, bitch. Fuck Kamala Harris. Fuck that tampon Tim motherfucker. A la verga, puto. Fuck that fool. They are softening up our country. It's not about being toxic masculine. Oh, you're so toxic. Oh, you're so toxic. You're just a toxic masculine guy. No. As men, it's in our DNA to want to stand our ground and not take no shit. A real man. You don't got to be mean. You don't got to be an asshole. You don't got to be a fucking dickhead. Just be straightforward and tell people exactly how it is, respectfully. If they don't understand it and then there's got to be beef after that, then let's fucking handle it. Let's handle it. It is what it is. And they don't want to teach that to the young boys no more. They want to teach the young boys to be soft. Oh, if they bully you at school, run and tell your teacher. No. Hey, boy, if they bully you at school, pop that motherfucker in his mouth. Let him get close to you. As soon as he gets close to you, pop that motherfucker as hard as you can right here. Get the mouth and the nose at the same time with the first punch, and I guarantee you that motherfucker will leave you alone. If he's a lot bigger than you and you are afraid, look for something heavy like a rock, something big, and bust that motherfucker over the head with it. But Dad, will I get in trouble with you? What if you get mad at me? Don't worry, I ain't gonna be mad at you. I'm gonna when you get home, they send you home and expel you. I'm gonna take you for a motherfucking ice cream sundae, and I'm gonna say, that's what you do, boy. You stand your motherfucking ground. You don't go looking for shit with nobody, but you fucking handle it when it comes to you. That's the way I was raised. That's the way my mom was raised. That's the way my dad was raised. And that's the way most people in my generation and before me were raised, and some under. And that's how you got to raise your young men. You have to raise your young women and men that way. You have to, especially in this fucking day and age where all this bullshit's being glorified, where they're glorifying, sexualizing, normalizing this shit to young women, young girls. All you see out here is chicks with their ass out, their chi-chis out. Oh, don't want to see that. Don't want to see that. Don't want to see that. You take all this shit that you don't want to see that's popping up, and it's still pops up. Someone else here, like, it's always the same shit. They've sexualized the young girls. They sexualize the young boys. They fuck their minds up. My son's autistic. And he's 13 years old. And he says, Dad, why at gender reveals? He's like Jeopardy. The way he asks the question is because he knows the answer to it. He'll say, Dad, why at gender reveals they have pink color or a blue color? And I'm like, I don't know, Junior, why? Because if the pink color comes out, that means it's going to be a girl. And if the blue color comes out, that means it's going to be a boy. I said, exactly. He goes, because there's only two genders. I said, exactly. He goes, and I don't know why I see sometimes there's a lot of other genders, but I know there's not because there's only two. That's correct. A man and a woman. That's correct. A male and female. That's correct. Dad, will I get married someday? Yes, you will. I'll have a wife. Yes, you will. Oh, but I got to get the body of G.I. Joe first, Dad. He loves Chucky. When Tiffany says, I wouldn't be with you if you had the body of G.I. Joe. He loves that shit. He says, I need the body of G.I. Joe first. So he sees me exercising and working out. And he says, Dad, are you trying to get the body of G.I. Joe? I said, no, I'm just trying to be healthy. He goes, oh, or else my mom won't marry you if you don't have the body of G.I. Joe. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Yo, what's up, Ant Dog? What's up, Ant Dog? Hey, folks, my boy Anthony Valdez. I've known that cat since he was a kid, bro. That's a solid guy right there. Solid dude, good people. Raider fan as well. Big Mo. Hey, everybody up in the house, man, dude. But yeah, I mean, you got to teach your kids, man. And it don't mean to teach your kids, you know, to be bullies. No, anti-bully. My brother T was a small dude. He still is a small guy. Every school he went to, guys tried to bully him. So from 3 fights here, we moved around a lot. So from 1st grade to 8th grade, I think we went to like 6 schools. 6 different schools. And T would always be in a fight with the bully. So it got to the point, our first day of this new school, he'd be like, early in the morning, we're going in the schoolyard. Where you going, bro? I'm going to go find, he's looking around, I'm going to find the biggest motherfucker. Where would be standing there? And my brother Ruben be like, this fool's going to go look for a fight. Fucking 10, 11 years old. This fools on. You go to the soccer field, you see the big kid out there trying to blow the kids up with the soccer ball. Go right up over there and start bombing on his ass. Boom, 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 boom. Get suspended. He'd go home. First day of school, got suspended for 5 days. I don't know how many times he did that. But when he came back, everybody in the schoolyard was his friend. Everybody wanted to be his friend, and he was cool. And my brother T, he was not a bully. He's a small dude. Cool, but he was taught, hey, if somebody comes to fuck with you, you handle that shit. That's right, Ad Dog. Teachers think they're ones who should teach them. Yep. Teachers, no, that's why they got it fucked up. That's why you got to be careful what schools they're in. Patriot music, I'm going to check that out, Nicole. I don't remember. I don't think I seen it anywhere. Where'd you send it? But yeah, you know, it's one of those things, man, like, the days have changed. The times are just not just have changed, but it's like it's an epic change. It's not just a change, it's a big change. It's a lot of shit coming down. And out here in Phoenix, like I'm telling you, I see a lot of these Brazilians, I see a lot of Venezuelans, and these dudes are in shape. These motherfuckers are the smallest one I've seen is about 5'10. The biggest one I've seen was about 6'4, and they're all at least 1 better. All of them. In shape, young. I have not seen an old one. They're all in like their early 20s, man. No tattoos on them, no nothing. These are the motherfucking UN soldiers. Those are the motherfucking UN soldiers. I'm telling you. They're just so much, man, but yeah, man, I remember being bullied as a kid. We lived on the west side, 1984. I was going to Columbia Elementary, right there off of Modoc, across from Fink White Park. Those in Fresno on the west side, hey, what's up to the Modoc homies? What's up to the fucking Fink White homies? I used to go to McLean. I used to go to Columbia there, Columbia Elementary, back in 84 and 85. I met the homeboy Dogger out there. I met Big Dogger out there. Met my homeboy Jerome Williams out there. David Clay. I met a bunch of homies out there. My first day there, this big old kid, man, this big kid, he's a black kid. He comes up to me and he just walks up to me, he starts grabbing me by the fucking collar, swinging me around. Yard teachers come up, tell him to stop. We go to class. He went to another class. I didn't know who he was. I went home. My brother told my dad what happened to me at school. And they didn't do nothing about it. I'm like, I didn't have a chance to because the yard teacher, my dad, like, I don't give a fuck. Tomorrow when you see him, you go bust his fucking head open. And if I hear he did that shit to you again, when I get home, I'm going to whoop your motherfucking ass. My dad used to abuse us. When we were little, my dad used to abuse us. My dad used to fuck us up, like kick us, throw us around the room. My dad had this big old cop belt, and it was thick as fuck. And when he hit you with that motherfucker, it would leave welts on you and bruises, and you couldn't sit down for like a week. You couldn't sit down. It would hurt. So once he told me that, I was scared as fuck. I'm like, wow, like, damn, like, dude, like, I'm going to get my ass fucked up and do this to me again. So the next day, I seen him try to come up to me again. I popped him one time right in the mouth. Whack. That motherfucker grabbed his mouth, eyes teared up and everything. His mouth started bleeding. I turned around. I was backing up, like, see if he wants more. Nothing. I went to my class because that happened at lunchtime. I went to my class. We came out, went home. Next morning, I seen him. He came up to me and he shook my hand. Hey, what's up, man? I'm Daryl West. You know what I mean? So Daryl West. Everybody, a lot of people know who Daryl West is. But yeah, he became my friend. But that's how you deal with bullies. And the reason I brought up bullies because that's what the left is trying to do. They're trying to bully people because they got the power. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, Raider Mac. I know how that is, bro. I know how that is, man. My dad would come home drunk and coked out. On Friday, my dad was a truck driver during the week. He was an armed guard at a Fiesta nightclub in Fresno, California, Chinatown in the 70s. And my dad would come home on Fridays and Saturday nights, drunk, coked out, beat the shit out of my mom, beat the shit out of us. That's not all he did, but those things happened. And when you have a big-ass man like that manhandling you as a kid, you grow up really not being afraid of anyone else. Like, you're just like, if it ain't my dad, you know what I mean? Which later on, when I was 17 years old, me and my dad got into it, but now I was a man, almost a man, a young man. And I'm not proud to say I put hands on my dad, but I did. And I was very surprised, and he was very surprised because I snapped all of a sudden. It's when he first found out I was rapping. I rapped at a party on the west side. Really good. The first time I did, I got forced into it. I beat some dude named Poet from Fresno. I beat him in a battle. We were freestyling and shit. I ended up beating him. And I was riding high off that. I see my dad the next day, and my brother was telling him, yeah, Rob was rapping at this party last night over on the west side at my Uncle Ruben's house. They had a quinceañera for my cousin, and there was some dudes there, and they're rappers and shit, and Robert battled him, and my dad told me just like this, leave the rapping to the black dudes. What the fuck you over there doing that for? He told me just like that. And my mom got mad. She was standing in the front door. We're sitting in the front yard of the apartments on Valeria and Belmont and by Bingo Market. And my mom goes, you're over there talking shit to your son instead of encouraging him. He's telling you, you know, what he did and that he's proud of himself because it was the first time he rapped in front of people and he did good, and you're fucking cutting him down. And he told my mom, shut the fuck up. No one's fucking talking to you. We were drinking out there. And I go, hey, I stood up. I said, don't fucking talk to my mom. I don't fucking that kid no more. And he stood up. He's like, what? What did you say? And my dad had some big fucking hands, dude. My pops had my hands normal size. I got small fucking hands. Like, I got small hands. My dad got huge fucking hands like mitts. And he fucking stood up and he balled his hands up. And we got into some words. My mom come out. She told me go inside. He walks by his truck, which was parked the wrong way. So his driver's side is facing the curb, pointed toward Belmont, pointed north. And he's standing, he got his door open. He's standing in between his door and the curb, and he's talking shit to me. And I'm walking up the walkway, and I'm strutting like Ric Flair because I wanted to piss him off because he was running his mouth. And I'm strutting like Ric Flair, and I'm going, woo, woo. And he goes, you fucking bitch. You ain't, he says my last name, right? His last name. He goes, you ain't one of us. You ain't shit. I turned around. I fucking ran right up to him. I said, what'd you say, motherfucker? And I had a buzz too. But you got to remember, all the anger from when he used to beat me up and my brothers up and my mom up when I was a kid, it boiled to that point. And I stood up in his face. I said, what'd you say, Dad? And he goes, you heard what the fuck I said? You're a fucking bitch. You ain't going to do shit. And when he said, you ain't going to do shit, I said, boom, 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 3-piece. Like that. Whack, whack. Hit him 3 times. He fell, because remember, he's got his door open. He's standing in between the door and the truck by the curb, and I'm standing off on top of the curb. So when I said, what did you say? I got off the curb and I got in his face. So when I hit him with the 3-piece, he fell to the truck and then he fell forward. Bam. I jumped on top of him. And I went to hit him again, and then someone grabbed me. Roberto! It was the Paisa homies, the older Paisa homies that lived in our apartments. They were watching everything. And they came down and grabbed me. He was a big dude. He came down. He pulled me off my dad. No, ¿qué estás haciendo, tu papá? I said, fuck that motherfucker. He's talking shit. My dad got up. He goes, you motherfucker, you're lucky, you motherfucker. And I was like, we're talking shit. My mom's like, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here, motherfucker. Watch, son of a bitch. Watch. Jumped in his truck. Burnt out my Chevy 3/4 ton with the 454 or the 396 in it, I believe. 396. He smoked the tire hole and I took off. Mad than a motherfucker. I went inside and I was pumped up for like 2 hours, jumping around because I had knocked my dad on the ground. And I see my dad fuck a lot of people up. I see my dad in a lot of fist fights. I never see my dad get beat up. And I'm not saying I'm a bad motherfucker. What I'm saying is, for me personally, to accomplish that on my dad, which my dad wasn't in his prime no more. Don't get me wrong. My dad was what? At the time, my dad was late 50s, I want to say. Late 50s, probably about 56, 55. Still had strong arms and big hands. My dad had big fucking hands, dude. My dad had big motherfucking hands. Rocks. But I was feeling myself. I was feeling myself when I knocked my dad down. And I was like, man, I would have fucked him up. I was on top of him. I was getting ready to keep hitting him. And then when I calmed down, I started crying. I started crying, man. I felt so bad for putting hands on my dad. I felt so bad for putting hands on my dad, man. He deserved it. But I felt so bad because I remember the look on his face when I got over the top of him and I was getting ready to hit him again after I hit him 3 times already. I didn't hit him in the mouth or the nose. I hit him right in the chin. That's how I got him down. I will say that my dad took 3 of those punches and I was 215 pounds at the time. I was 250, working out, doing push-ups and shit. I wasn't hella muscular, but I wasn't fat or sloppy or nothing like that. I had some weight on me. 3 shots to the chin and he fell. I was crying later about it. I felt really fucking bad. The next day, my brother's drinking out there with my dad. Now they're drinking at the next door neighbor's apartments because my mom don't want them at our apartments no more because of what happened yesterday. And my brother Tortoise, my brother T, keeps coming in the house and instigating. Dad says he's going to fuck you up when he sees you, fool. I'm like, whatever. And they're out there drinking. I can see them looking through the window. I'm smoking a joint. They're drinking. They got a 12-pack of Budweiser and shit. He's telling me every time he comes in to use the bathroom, Dad says he's going to fuck you up when he sees you, fool. He says you cheap shot him. I said, man, I didn't cheap shot that motherfucker because my brother Hector wasn't there. My brother Ruben wasn't there when it happened. Just me and my mom. And he goes, he's just talking shit. And I said, well, tell him. He comes in again. Dad said he's going to go outside right now. What's up? He said, go outside right now. What's up, fool? He said he's going to lay you out. I said, go one-on-one with him right now. And I got tired of hearing my brother. I got mad. My mom goes, don't go outside. I go, fuck that. He's talking shit. Do it. So I walk out the gate and I walk next door to him and he's sitting there with the 12-pack next to him. You know, and it's the kind of yard that's got concrete going up next, you know, it's got concrete going up high to the grass and you can sit up there like a chair. The grass is high and it's got steps going up. So my dad's sitting up there. So I'm walking up and we're like eye to eye as I'm walking up, even though he's sitting down. And I can see as I'm walking up, his energy ain't that he wants to fight. He's just like, you know, just looking at me. He takes a drink of his beer and he's got his hands on his lap. He's got his hands folded like this, got his beer down. He's got his hands folded on his lap. And I know my dad, if he wants to fight, my dad's going to stand up and knuckle up. And he's sitting down. And I come walking up to him and I'm walking up and I say, what's up, Dad? You're talking shit. You're going to lay me out that I fucking sucker punched you? You did sucker punch me, son, because I didn't see it coming. I said, you were looking right at me, Dad. It's not my fault. You didn't see that shit coming. You were looking right at me. When you said that shit, I was in your motherfucking face. I didn't just fucking cheap shot you. I said a cheap shot is when you're not looking and you were looking right at me, Dad. Well, I wasn't fucking ready. I said, well, if you want to argue about it, we can argue about it if you want, but I'm just going to turn around and go back inside because my mom's fucking over there yelling already. Get over here. What are you doing? You got to fight. And my dad goes, Carmen, stop it. I'm not going to fight with him. My mom's yelling at him. You better not fucking fight with him, Martin. I don't give a fuck. You did a lot more to us worse than what the fuck he did to you yesterday. You better not fucking fight with him. My dad's like, stop it, Carmen. I'm cool. I'm not going to fight. He goes, son, I'm not going to fight. I don't want to fight with you, man. I don't want to fight. And I go, what's up, man? He goes, sit down right here, man. Have a fucking beer with me, man. Old school shit. Of course, he's my dad, you know, and I'm his son. But he goes, sit down and have a beer with me, man. And he opened a Budweiser, gave it to me. And I don't drink Budweiser, but with him, you know, I said, all right, cracked it. He goes, sit down right here. And I'm like, what, are you going to try to snake me or what, Dad? He goes, nah, you're my son, man. Fucking stop it, dude. Like, stop it. He's like, just fucking stop it already. And he takes his glasses off. Because I did bust it. Takes his glasses off. And he looks at me. And he goes, I love you, son. He said, I love you. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man, that you felt that way. And I'm sorry about what I said to you. And I'm sorry that it got to that. I'm sorry. I apologize. And I said, I never heard my dad apologize for shit. My dad was happy to do that was never wrong. My dad was never wrong, right? So when he apologized to me, I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, well, fuck. I feel bad. You know, I told him, I feel bad, Dad. I started crying. I said, I feel bad, man, that I hit you, Dad. I didn't want to hit you. I said, but when you started to shoot me, I remember how you used to fucking hit me when I was a kid. I remember how you used to hit Mom. I used to hit my brother. I got fucking pissed, and you were talking a lot of shit to me. So everything came out. And he put his hand on my shoulder, like that, and he goes, damn, son. Because I haven't been hit that hard in a long time. And I said, well, it took me 3 shots. He goes, I was dizzy after the first one, son. That's why he had his hand on the door. The door, when you open, he had his hand on the door like that, and he had his hands. And when I hit him after the first time, he went back like that, and he was holding himself, and it was still doing, and he fell, kind of like slid down. And I said, I didn't even hit you that hard, Dad. I just wanted to tag you. I wasn't trying to hurt you. He's like, yeah, right. That's why he jumped on me and hit me. But I remember the face, the look that he gave me when I was on top of him it was just real. He was like scared, like he couldn't believe I was doing that to him. And I never knew what that looked like. I never knew what that look in my eyes. Because I've been told throughout my life, you know, we all black out at some point. And I've had a few black in my life where I tore up some shit. Or was about to tear up some shit. And I never knew that look in my eye until one of my ex-girlfriends took a picture of me one time when I was pissed. I was about to lose it. I was going to go to her husband's house. Yeah, because she was married at the time. And I was Sancho. And I think I told the story about when I went to his. Oh, no, I didn't. I never told. I was Sancho, and he was, and she got an apartment. She left him and everything. I was Sancho. She ended up leaving her husband for me. We got an apartment. She got an apartment together. He found out about it. I helped her move her stuff, all that. He was a prison guard, right? Yeah, my dad. And Big Mo respected me after that, though. He said, "You're a man, son." He goes, "You're a man. You're a man." And I told him, "What do you expect, Dad? You told me when I was a kid not to look for nothing, but if somebody comes fucking with me to deal with it." And he started laughing. He's like, yeah. I go, and you were fucking with me. I wasn't doing it. You were calling my mom names. You were putting me down, saying, leave the rap to the blacks. Why are you rapping for? And he goes, yeah, you're right, son. He goes, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I should have never said that to you. And we patched it up, and we never got into that situation ever again. Thank God. But yeah, at that, I mean, nowadays I was man when I was messing with a married woman. Nowadays, I thought I would never do it again because it's fucked up. Didn't matter that he was cheating on her first. I should have never been tied up with it because that's triangle energy right there, right? That's an energy between a circle of 3 people that's not good. Because once you start fucking somebody that's married, the energy from their partner that they shared, and they're now sharing it with you and vice versa, and it creates a big fucking problem. And this girl that I was seeing, I knew she was married. We met. That's how we met. I started messing around with her. I was messing with her for a while. She ended up leaving her dude. The dude found out about me and was talking shit about me because he's a prison guard. And I'm what he locks away. And so he was, you know, I'm in the apartment with her. We just finished doing whatever. I'm in the apartment with her. We're drinking. I'm smoking some weed. She's sitting next to me, you know, on her BlackBerry. That's how long ago it was. The Blackberries were fucking barely out. And she's on there and she's looking at me. She's just like smirking. And I go, what? I go, what's that motherfucker? Because I knew she was messaging him because they're talking about the kids or whatever. I didn't care. Like, I know they were fresh, separated and all that. And I said, what's wrong? And she goes, he's talking shit about you. What did he say? She goes, I'll tell you because I know you're gonna get. I said, what the fuck did he say? And she showed me. She turned the screen over. She goes, look. It said, oh, you think that motherfucking wannabe gangster is somebody? You think that punk motherfucker somebody just because he's from the street? Fuck him. He ain't shit. I ain't afraid of that motherfucker. I'll knock his ass out because he's 5'9", 240, yoked. He's a prison guard, right? Yoked, tattoos, rides motorcycles, all that shit. And I seen that. And the following message was, he could have your whole ass. Fuck you, you fucking bitch. You did me dirty, blah. I don't give a fuck what I did to you, blah, blah, blah. Fuck you, eat shit. You and him. I hope you motherfuckers die. He was talking shit to me and her. So I got pissed. I got pissed. And I jumped in my truck and smashed over there. He didn't live too far from where she lived, about 3 miles from there. And I smashed up to his house, went up to his door. It was nighttime. It's about 9 o'clock at night, Saturday night. And I go right up to his house and I knock on his door. Bam, bam, bam. He opens the door. They got a camera, by the way. He opens the door, and she already told me about him. Watch him, Rob. He likes to keep a gun on his back. Watch him. All over the house, right? Pro gun as well, which I am too. And so I knock on the door and I back up. I got basketball shorts on and a tank top and basketball. And I knock on the door. I back up. He opens it after about a minute. Cracks it open. He's on the phone. Hey, Shelly, he's right here. Hey, what's up, man? What's up? I said, hey, you on the phone with Shelly? He's like, yeah, hang the fucking phone up, bro. I said, what's up? I came to talk to you. He's like, what do you want, man? Hold on. He goes inside. He goes inside, goes behind the door, acts like he's putting his phone away. When he comes out, he's adjusting the shirt, got shirt tucked in like a sweater. It's kind of cool. So he goes under because I got a tank top on and basketball shorts. And he kind of goes, hey, what's up, man? He goes, I'm a peace officer. I don't want no trouble with you, man. What's going on, man? What's up? What can I help you with? And he goes to shake my hand. I don't shake his hand. I said, nah, bro, I ain't going to shake your motherfucking hand. I said, all the shit you're telling her. He didn't know she was showing me the messages. He goes, what? What are you talking about, bro? I don't care what she's doing, man. Like, I'm doing my own thing, bro. Like, I already got a battered chick. She's younger, you know. I don't give a fuck about her, what she's doing, man. I don't fucking care. And I said, bullshit, bro. I saw the fucking text messages. You're running your mouth. You're calling me a wannabe gangster and all this shit. I said, you're mad because you put dudes like me away and I'm fucking your wife and I took your wife from you, bro. Maybe you should have treated her better. Maybe you should have been beating her up. Maybe you should have been cheating on her. Maybe she never would have left your motherfucking ass. And he goes, hey, man, I don't want no problems, bro. Like, I don't care. Like, we're divorcing, you know, and whatever you got with her is your business. I said, well, don't run your fucking mouth about me. I'm right here right now. Let's fucking handle it, bro. If that's how you fucking feel. You're calling me a wannabe gangster. You're saying I want to be this. I'm not a gangbanger for one, bro. I don't gangbang, bro. I come from the streets, but I'm not a fucking gangbanger. I'm more than that. I'm a fucking man. That's why I'm standing here in your motherfucking front lawn, knocking on your motherfucking door, because I want to talk to you, bro. I could have got the phone number from her, and I could be texting you like a fucking bitch, or I could call you like a bitch. But I know where you live, and you're running your fucking mouth, so I'm here, bro. What's up? He says, oh, no, man. I don't want no problems, bro. I can't get in any issues. I'm a peace officer. I said, I know what you are, bro. I know you're a prison guard, and you work at the prison in Delano. I know that. I know who you are, bro. And his eyes got big, like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Because prison guards, that's one of the main things that they don't want. They don't want a motherfucker from that side of life they live. And I told him, I don't give a fuck, you know, who you are, what you do, bro. The only reason I'm here is because you're running your mouth about me, bro, and you're calling me a bitch. I'm here, bro. What's up? Come on, man. I'm cool. I don't care. Basically bow down. So, no, I got an issue with you, homie. It's just she's running her mouth. She's talking shit. I didn't mean to say that about you. I said, look, bro, just don't say nothing about me, and I don't got a fucking problem with you, bro. Just leave me the fuck alone. I don't give a fuck what you do, bro. I don't care. Just stop calling her names and stop calling me fucking names when you don't fucking know me, bro. No, it's cool, man. I apologize. And he stuck his hand out. I shook his hand. He goes, hey, man, I apologize, bro. It'll never happen again. As far as I know, it never did. Well, I go back to girl's apartment, and she's mad. What the fuck did you do that for? What? Why did you do that? Why would you do that? That's fucking stupid. He could have shot you. That motherfucker ain't got the balls to shoot nobody, man. He ain't got it in him. I say he looks the part. He's nice and big and muscular, and he's bald, and he's got the mustache and shit, and he's got tattoos on him, and he's fucking outside. He ain't got it in him. That fool has not got the heart to do it. And then her son, Nathan, I shouldn't even be saying names, but her son, who was 13 years old, 14 years old at the time, he comes out of the room because he hears me and her arguing. He goes, my mom said you went to my dad's house. And at the time, he didn't like his dad. He was mad at his dad. He didn't want nothing to do with him for years, right? You went to my dad's house to fight with him, Rob? I said, yup. He goes, you're lying. I said, yeah, I did. And she's yelling at me, whatever. And the other son comes in and goes, damn, Rob, you're crazy. Why'd you do that, man? I said, because that motherfucker, I said, I know he's your dad, bro, but he was running his mouth about me and he was talking shit to your mom. And she's like, it's you. Should have never even fucking went over there. Why'd you do that for? Fucking, you're stupid. He could have killed you. He could have shot you. That motherfucker ain't going to do shit. And he turns and looks at me and goes, My dad's a bitch. He won't do nothing. Huh, Rob? He already proved it because Rob already fucking went over there. He didn't do shit. He went to his house and my dad's got guns everywhere. And she goes, and he would have been justified if you shot him because he's a peace officer and you went to his fucking house. I said, he didn't do it. He didn't do it. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Yeah, Big Mo. For real. Yo, what's up, Lons? What's cracking, everybody that's up in here, man? What's up, Nicole Alexander, Big Mo, Lone Wolves, and everyone else that's up in here? But yeah, and then we ran into that same dude at Bobby Salazar's in the Tower District one Thursday night. No, yeah, Thursday night. And he saw me and her there. He came up to me. He bought me and her beers and shots. He's with another girl, a bad one too. And don't get me wrong, she was bad too. He found that she was just mad. The girls were like, fucking bitch. He found him a young bitch. And I'm like, you're still mad at this fool? I didn't understand. They're married for a long time. I didn't understand the bond that they had. You know what I'm saying? Years later, when I was out of it, I understood there's always going to be feelings there, right? I got it. But he's like smoking a cigar and he's all fucking talking to me all cool. And I'm talking. And she fucking hated it. She hated it. And the thing was, her son had told me days later, my mom thought you were a bitch, Rob, like my dad. My mom thought you weren't going to do shit. That's why she told you. I said, how do you know that? He goes, she told me, fucking, I don't want to say the other son's name. She told me, and so she said, Rob ain't going to go do nothing. He's going to the store to go get more beer. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Aaron Davidson? Hey, thank you for stopping in. Hey, man, I'm just telling my life stories. I've been through a lot of shit, especially in that situation. Man, that shit was crazy, bro. But after I went to dude's house, he never said nothing else about me. Whenever he seen me, it was respect. I even seen him 10 years later after me and his ex-wife broke up. I seen him at a Taco Bell in Selma. He was coming from work and he stopped there. And I walked in. As soon as I walked in, I see the back of his head. I knew it was him. And I walked up to him. I said, what's up? I don't want to say his name. But I said, what's up? And he turned around. He goes, he didn't remember who I was. He goes, where'd I know you from? Because he's only got his pants on and he's got a white T-shirt because they're not supposed to wear the uniform outside the prison, right? And for safety reasons. And he goes, do I know you? I said, is your ex-boyfriend? He said, oh, hey, what's going on, man? What are you doing here? I said, I live on the road, bro. He's like, oh, okay. Stopping in to get some food. I said, I'm stopping in to get butter and my son some bean burritos. They want to eat some bean burritos and shit. Oh, that's what's up. And we're talking. How you doing, man? So I'm truck driving now. Oh, that's cool, man. That's cool. Real respectful, cool. Shook my hand. Got his food. See ya. That's how he was a bitch, though. A motherfucker would have came to my house, I would have blew his fucking head off. I don't give a fuck. I would have blew his motherfucking head off. A motherfucker take my wife from me. I don't give a fuck if I moved on or not. A motherfucker take my wife from me and have the balls to come to my house and call me out, trying to play fucking Superman. All right, Superman, you want to swing him? Let's see if you can swing at these bullets, motherfucker. Pop, pop, pop. I would have popped his ass in the motherfucking, in my front yard. And I'm a prison guard. This guy's got he's fucking my ex-wife. He took my ex-wife. I thought he came here to kill me. He would have got off scot-free. That's the way I see it. And he didn't do it, though, because he don't got it in him. He just don't got it in him. And there's people walking around with guns that ain't got it in them because they ain't never shot at a live target. They never had bullets on their motherfucking head. So people can talk shit all they want about Donald Trump. But when he got them bullets flying by his head, I'm like, damn, now we really got something in common. You feel me? Yeah, we don't have the same money. I ain't a billionaire like him. But when motherfuckers have been through some shit like that, you know what it is. You respect the motherfuckers. You know they've been through the shit. You know they're going to be with the shit. They ain't going to freeze up. And we seen Trump not freezing up. We seen Trump get up. Yeah, Big Mo, that's what's up, bro. Misfit Toys. It was cool hanging out with you, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate all you guys. Raider Joe, what's up, Raider Joe? Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, man, Raider Joe, you're right. They were saying that it was staged, right? You know, crazy motherfuckers always gonna have a crazy take on it. The weirdos are always gonna see it from a weird side of it. They just hate the dude so much. They got to keep making their stories up. They got to stick with their stories. They hate Donald Trump so much. They're focused on hate more than fixing the country, more than making sure the citizens are safe. When you got little girls and women being fucking raped and killed in the southern states, it's happened in Arizona, it's happened in Texas, it's happened in a few different states, Mexico, it's happening in Florida, it's happening in Indiana, New York, in California, it's happening everywhere. And it's not just to say, because it sounds good, oh, Venezuela and all these other places emptied their prisons and they're all in the U.S. It's not just because it sounds good. It's the truth. And I'm telling you, in Arizona, I see it. I see it. We're close to the border here. I fucking see it with my own fucking eyes. This is not just being made up by Trump to make people believe a false sense of we're in trouble. This is fucking real. Are people not seeing what's going on at the fucking border? You can't see it. Oh, that's bullshit. It's fake. Yeah, it's fake, motherfucker. No, Raider Mac, they fucking don't think. What's up, Dub and the Rockman? Double salute. They got a project coming out too. Big Dub and the Rockman got a project dropping soon. You guys can find them on YouTube. You guys can find them on all the streaming sites. Big Dub and they're dropping some new shit coming soon. But yeah, it's crazy. They hate the dude so much. They're like, I don't give a fuck if voting for them is gonna fuck me over. I just don't want him in there. So you're willing to vote for something that's gonna fuck you over because you hate that dude so much. I ain't never hated somebody that much. I'm sorry. I never hated somebody that fucking much that I'd be like, oh, fuck you, just so this other person don't win. Nah. But some of these motherfuckers on that side that ain't had too many pitos across the face and across the head. That's why Kamala Harris, I told you before, laughs like, because she's used to doing this shit. Kamala Harris is used to going like that and 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 like fucking like this and like that. That's Kamala Harris's signature move. She's used to that shit. I'm sorry. We know she's a first-class hoe. She an old hoe. You see her word salad. I'm gonna do some Judge Joe. Her word salad. She likes to get out there and she tells people. I fucked the voice up. She likes to tell people, oh, I'm gonna do this. Oh, I'm gonna do that. Oh, we're not gonna tax tips on people anymore. We're not gonna do any of that. Well, I got something for you, Kamala, and it's about 10 inches long, and it's about this long, and it's black, and it's not a penis. It's a fucking crowbar. That's right, Dub. That's right, Raider Mac. That's right, Nicole. I agree with all you. Hating so much that they hate him so much that they've never met the dude. I'm not, like I said, Big Dub has been a Trumper for years. He's been trying to convert me along with another friend for years before. I didn't vote for Biden. I just didn't vote in the last election at all. I didn't vote for Biden because I was like, fuck him. And the stuff with Trump, I wasn't paying attention to it, but I had a lot of shit going on in my personal life that I didn't give a fuck about it. I didn't care about the election, to be honest. I didn't give a fuck. And now it's different because we've seen the last 4 years what has happened. It's been a fucking catastrophe. And another thing, the left has had power for 12 of the last 16 years. And everything's fucked up. But they're trying to blame it on a man that had 4 of those 16 years. That he's the reason everything is fucked up right now. Wait a minute. You've been driving this car that long. Trump got in it and got a couple of flats. He's the reason for the flat. You didn't fucking check the goddamn tires. Well, after you put all them fucking miles on them and they were bald and shit, and you didn't replace them before you handed him the goddamn car, and now he got 2 fucking flats and he's got to fix them, but you're saying it's his fault. That's why it went like that. That's why he got the flats on the tires, because he drove the car the way you did. He didn't take care of the motherfucker. He didn't have the car as long as you motherfuckers had it. I'm just saying. So when it comes down to it, Kamala Harris and her word salad. You see, Kamala, like I said before, I've got something that's 10 inches long and it's black. It's not a penis like you wish it was. It's a crowbar. You see what I need a crowbar for? To bash you upside your motherfucking bitch-ass chicken head. Not to kill you, but to maybe knock some sense into your stupid, disgusting, money-hungry ass, bitch. Sorry, let me calm down here. I don't treat women like that. I treat women with respect. I'm a gentleman. She's not a woman. She's not a woman. That's a cackling, fucking, old school, whore goblin, sea hag, teabag, recipient motherfucker, if I've ever seen one. Teabag recipient. I wouldn't even put my nuts on her motherfucking chin. How about that? That's right, Big Mo. That's right. That bitch is the most teabag bitch I've ever seen. Remember them old school, if you remember them old school Dodge commercials in Fresno, the guy would be like, it was Fresno Dodge. Welcome to Fresno Dodge. You won't find a deal like this anywhere. The way he would end the commercial, Fresno Dodge, we are the dealinist. He'd say, we're the dealinist, right? Well, that bitch is the teabagginist. That bitch is the dickinist. That bitch is the boninist. She's a boninist. She's constantly getting boned. And I blame her, because what do they say when people are traumatized? They usually repeat that trauma to other people. So she's just trying to keep us bent over the way they've been bending her ass over for the last 40 fucking years in these offices, right? By the lieutenant governors, by the mayors, by the governors, and all these people that have been bending her over and looking at that shit, hitting her with the double pumper rump shaker, double pumper rump shaker, my friend. Oh, Kamala, how do you feel about being the first black president? I'm not a black. Who said I was black? Oh, your voice changed, Kamala. This is how I really talk. I'm just an actress. I really talk like this because I'm really from South Indian descent. But a lot of people like to say that I'm black when I am not black. I don't even care about black people. I've already told you I don't care about fucking black people. Oh, Sanjeet, oh, Mandeep. I've told all these people I fooled them in the United States and I make them believe that I am black and I am not black. I am an Indian and I am a whore and I love getting stuffed in all me holes. That's what she says. And then Bill Clinton comes and walks in from the fucking back. Hey, you mind if we go family style on her? Hey, you mind if Willie Brown, you mind if we go family style on her? You can have seconds. I'm going first. I'm the president, goddamn. Hillary's in a video it all anyways, but I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I did not. I didn't inhale. Yeah. You remember that, Dub? Fresno Dodge. We are the Dylanist. Her fucking... Man, it'd be dope if Trump made one of his ads and it had Kamala Harris and she's like, the DNC party, we are the teabagginist, and it's got a set of nuts just hanging from her chin, just wiggling like that. The double-headed dragon, the fucking double dragon, huh? Oh no, that's fucking Super Mario music in my motherfucking head and shit. Oh, yep. Hunter, right? Hunter. She's hitting Hunter's crack while Hunter hits his crack. So they're going back to back. Crack, back to back. Hey, man. I bet you Obama and Hunter Biden have fucking had sexual relations and gotten high together, because you remember back in the 80s, that story that fucking surfaced about each other. You remember the fucking driver told the story. He came out years ago. Obama was the biggest fucking fraud. The Obama Deception. If you've never seen the Obama Deception, go look at that documentary called The Obama Deception. They were all over that dude and nobody wanted to listen. The reason things are the way they are right now is because of the Obama administration. Because of Obama. Joe Biden came from Obama. Harris, they're all coming from the same fucking money coming from the Chinese Communist Party. That's where it's stemming from. The Chinese Communist Party. They've been in fucking Barack's fucking pocket. These motherfuckers are just the biggest fuck crooks of all time. And the reason they're pushing so hard for the LGBTQ plus TP and fucking BS, whatever, because Obama and Michael Obama. We know that. Come on, look what happened to Joan Rivers, man. You think that it was a coincidence that Joan Rivers called Michelle Obama a man and she was dead? Not too much longer after that? The deep state got that Inspector Gadget reach. Go, Gadget arm. With Kamala Harris, it's go, Gadget. Bitch, get that out of here. Get Joe Biden's bitch ass out of here. Hunter, take your head off of Obama's nutsack. You get the fuck up out of here. Time to drain the fucking swamp. Raider Joe. Yes, Richard Lyon, what's up? Yes, Richard Lyon, what's up? I see you here. I appreciate it. Hey, make sure those coming in, hit that like button so this video can circulate. Hey, man, these motherfuckers abandoning me so fucking, and I get it because I support Tom. I'm not a Trump supporter, but I support Trump. I don't know. I think Trump supporter is not even what they should call people that are going for Trump. Just say that we're going for what's right. Why does it have to be a Trump supporter? We just want what's right. And we can all say Donald Trump actually gives a fuck about this country. He cares about this country. I don't give a fuck if he's white, blue, green, yellow, brown. It don't matter. The heart, the desire, the energy is what the fuck we need there to keep these other motherfuckers in check. I don't want Kamala Harris over there trying to fucking stop China and Russia from trying to double team us. You know how she's gonna handle that? She's bend over, open her ass cheeks for Vladimir. She's gonna bend over and try to lock on to Jean Lee or whatever his name. We got young women for that. You're old and rolled. Leave. Hollywood's already ran through you. All those Americans already ran through you. You don't got two holes back there. One hole. She shits and piss out of the same fucking hole. Sorry, I didn't mean to be too explicit, but we're just Americans trying to. So Richard Lyon, Raider Joe, Big Mo, Nicole, Doug, all you guys, salute. It's just fucking crazy, man. The revolution will not be televised. And guys, be ready, because whenever this, I don't know if it's going to crack off in 2 months, 5, 6, a year, 2 years. Whenever it cracks off, it's going to be in the wee hours of the night. It's going to be like 2, 3 in the morning, wherever you're at. It's going to be like 2, 3 in the morning because they know there was a poll done the other day. China has been watching us. With TikTok, with Instagram, with Facebook, so they can see when people are awake and when they are asleep. And they already figured out that 90% of people are asleep between the times of 2 and 4 a.m. Why are they doing that? People don't realize, get the fuck off TikTok. Get your kids off TikTok. They're surveilling your whole fucking family nonstop. Raider Joe, you're correct. You're correct, Raider Joe. Al Davis would be a fucking big time Trump supporter. A lot of people don't realize it. But Kamala Harris is going to tax the fuck out of small business. She's going to tax the fuck out of small business. She's going to tax the fuck out of your capital gains. She believes, why is it that they want to take more money from us? You want to know why? Not because they're worried about the fucking debt, to put more in their fucking pockets. How's Nancy Pelosi a fucking lifelong politician? The bitch is worth $300-500 million. Your politician worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and nobody fucking asks them, nobody holds them to it, nobody gives a fuck. How are they making all this money when their salaries are $120,000 a year, $100,000 a year, $175,000 a year, $150,000 a year, $200,000 a year? And after you've been a politician for 20 years, you're worth $400 or $500 million fucking dollars because you've been accepting all this honesty. You've been accepting money from China. You've been accepting money from China and being paid the fuck off to indoctrinate all the Chinese and you're trying to bring them to this country as a whole. You need depopulation. What is the fucking most foolproof form of depopulation? Homosexuality, lesbianism, whatever you want to call it, right? I'm not against it. Don't get me wrong. Whatever's right for people, whatever they want, that's their business. I don't care. It's when you push it to the kids and when you're constantly pushing it on society. If that's somebody's choice, that's their business. I don't care. People, some people, just 2 days ago, I got into it with somebody. They don't know me. They start on the internet. They start calling me homophobic and start saying that I was a racist and I was a bigot. Right? Oh, shit. Probably the internet. Probably my internet, bro. And I'm like, my brother for 15 years was a homosexual man. My best friend in business, when I was doing my business, was an older lesbian woman. When we have parties at my house, they both be invited there. They come to the house, come to my mom's barbecue. We're drinking, smoking weed, whatever the fuck, having a party. Everybody was welcome. So you can label people when we don't want to fucking adhere to your bullshit fucking ideology and, oh, what's wrong with us? Grooming kids. You guys are funny. You guys are funny. How come there's no grooming anymore? How come nobody uses the word grooming anymore? There's no such thing as grooming anymore. You got people on this internet, man, that are fucking targeting your kids. And women, be careful out in public. Watch yourselves. If you don't carry a pistol, I suggest you get one. These fucking sex-hungry motherfuckers that are out of prison, that were in prisons in Venezuela, El Salvador, Colombia, Central America, all parts of South America, they've been set free in our country. This is no bullshit. And that, if you're looking around, there's a lot of women being raped and killed, a lot of little girls being raped and killed right now. You have to be careful. If you are by yourself, pack yourself a weapon, keep your eyes open, watch yourself at all times. If you don't have to be out at night, don't go out at night, especially late at night. Do not be around anywhere. That's right, Richard Lyon. You ladies got to protect yourself. Stop letting your kids take off by themselves at night. I don't care if it's a boy or a girl. You drive them to where they need to get to. Don't even be putting them in these lifts. If it comes down to, the only ride that we got is a lift. I was a Lyft driver. I was respectful. Everybody's not like me. Some of these fuckers, they're doing Lyft and Uber and they're raping the fucking women. Do not, if you have to take a Lyft by yourself, do it in the daytime, right? Do it in the daytime. Don't send your kids in these Lyfts and in Ubers by themselves, dude. I don't give a fuck who it is. I would never do that. Do not do that. Protect yourself. Watch your surroundings. If you have a pistol, keep it on you. If there's multiple people with you, all of you keep your pistol on you at all times. And it's no different for me. When I was a kid, when I was 14, 15, I was pistol. Everybody knew pistol. Everybody knew my brothers had a pistol. Everybody knew we always had pistols on us. Not because we pulled it out and showed everybody, but they knew how we got down. They knew. It's nothing different for me. Keep your pistol on you. Watch your fucking surroundings. Pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to the vehicles around you. Stay away. If you see vans and fucking trucks and all this type of shit where they can just throw you in the back real quick, stay away from these vehicles. Just watch yourself. Don't be walking anywhere where it's suspect. Even in good neighborhoods, they're going to good neighborhoods and kidnapping women out there. Have a dog, you have a pistol, have something, and don't be over here with your fucking headphones on. Don't be rolling around with your headphones on. They can creep up right behind you. You're not going to hear them. You're not going to fucking hear them. They'll tap you from the ground, grab your ass, you'll scream for a couple seconds, and you're done at that point. And I'm not trying to fear, I'm trying to skip people. You know, people know what I'm saying is the fucking truth. It is the fucking truth. You have to watch yourself. You have to be careful. Watch your kids. Take care of your kids. We got fucking predators out here. And not these fucking weird old man predators that are going through the neighborhood trying to give kids candy and shit like that. No. That's nothing. No. Not the people that don't give a fuck. People that have been in guerrilla warfare, people that already been in battles, that are trained. They got hand-to-hand combat. They're horny. They haven't had a woman in years. Their physical features won't allow them to have a woman. I'm just saying. So they're coming out here and it's free fucking reign for them. They could do whatever the fuck they want, but nobody knows they're here. They're not being documented. They're being given money. They're being given SNAP benefits. They're being given Social Security. They're being given all kinds of shit, healthcare, everything, to come into this country and tear us up. To come into this country, and when shit goes sideways, they're going to step in. They're going to step in as the UN soldiers. They're doubling. They know why they let all these motherfuckers in here. They know why. This is the boogeyman. That's right, Richard Lynn. Yeah, bro. 96 was bad, Raider Joe. See, I was growing when we hit the streets, it was late 88, 89 out there. So by the time 96 came around, it was in full swing. Yep, media's getting paid. That's for sure. Yeah, that Sharia, they want to do all kinds of shit, man, Richard Lyon. Yeah, because they're being told not to. Big Mo, they're being told not to. They're being paid not to say any of it. You see what happened? Robert Kennedy Jr. was having his press conference the same day that he earlier in the day when he endorsed Trump, and he started talking about the deep state and the government, how CNN fucking started talking over him and got off the press conference because they didn't want nobody to hear what he was saying. They've been calling us conspiracy theorists for a long time, Mr. Lyon. They've been calling us conspiracy theorists for a long fucking time. There's no conspiracy now. It's the truth. It's right there in plain sight. They're coming after our women. They're coming after our little girls, our little boys, and then they're coming after us. They're targeting our women first because they want to put us under more mental and emotional stress. I'm saying the men. The ones who are going to fight these motherfuckers off. The ones who are going to be in the streets popping at these motherfuckers, getting these motherfuckers out of the way. It's men like us. So before they put us under the physical stress, they want to get us more mentally stressed out. They want to get us more emotionally stressed out. And how you do that? How do you do that? Kidnap our wives, our daughters, rape them, and kill them. It's going to be affecting everybody. If it ain't your wife, it's your ex-wife or your sister or your cousin or your aunt or your daughter or your friend. If somebody's going to know them, somebody's going to know who it is. That's good, Richard Lyon. That's good, man. I'm glad your parents kept you up on game, man, because there's so many people that don't know, and that's why they don't believe it, because, no one ever told me this before. I never heard this. This is all crazy. This sounds like what's in the movies. What do you think they get the ideas for movies? Where do you think they get the ideas for movies? Just out of thin air? They always come from some type of substance, something that was already there. Yo, folks, if you have not smashed the like button, do that for me. Do that for me. That works to keep me out there in the algorithms. I'm barely learning a lot of shit. I appreciate everybody that's been up in here, in and out. Yeah, Richard Lyon. Oh, no, I see a fucking man. It happened to me at Fry's a couple months ago. Okay, there's a dude that works there. He's a dude. You can see he's got all the, like the one guy said, the tackle box or whatever on his face. And it's just in my nature when I see a man to say, thank you, sir, or yes, sir. And he's like, how much turkey you want? I said, a pound. And he goes, you said a pound, right? I said, yes, sir. And he just looked at side-eyed me like, motherfucker, like he wanted to tell me, don't call me sir, you know, call me yes, ma'am, or whatever. He didn't say nothing. I watched my turkey, make sure there was no extra in it. Handed me my turkey. I said, have a good day. He threw it on the top. He said, psh. I said, have a good day. He went, smashed off like, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, psh. Yeah. And us like us that grew up in the hood, or folks like Big Mo and others that have served the country, you know what it's like to constantly watch your back. It never leaves you. It never leaves you. You're on autopilot. Your instincts are always on. You can't turn them off. My shit going 360 degrees constantly. I used to catch shit from my exes because everywhere I went, I'd be looking, watching everything, you know, just time to time I watch what's going on. We're working somewhere, eating or whatever. I pay attention while at the store. I'm watching. Why are you always watching everything? It's in my motherfucking nature. I grew up that way, having to constantly watch. When you grow up in the hood and you got fucking enemies that are trying to kill you, and you're trying to kill them, or you just got enemies, period. You're in the field and you got enemies and literally trying to blow your ass up and kill you, and you're trying to kill them. It's the same thing. Of course, not the same idea. It's not the same cause, but the same thing in terms of your instincts constantly being on and constantly having to watch yourself. That's crazy, man. They're attacking freedom of speech. They're trying to attack everything constitutional, and people still don't see what that means. If they're attacking everything constitutional, then that means they're not for us. Why would you vote for someone that is not for you or the rights that were bestowed upon you from birth that have been in place, that is allowing you to do whatever it is you want to do, that allows you to say, I want to do this, I want that allows you to get on the internet and shake your fucking ass, that allows you to do OnlyFans and sell your ass space age fucking prostitution, that allows you to do all these things. Why would you vote against the party or against the people that want to continue to allow you to do that? Yeah, you can do that. That's fine. Just stay the fuck away from us and don't involve me. I don't care how many dicks you suck. I don't give a fuck bitches. I don't care how you make money, what you do. Just don't put that shit and sexualize my fucking kid in school. Don't push it on me, and don't call me names when I'm not with it and I don't want to fucking endorse it. That's all I'm saying. I don't care what they do. I don't give a fuck what anyone does. But what I do is the Felican, the other single families out there, namely the single women, because I know the men out there that are on there, you guys can take care of yourself. So a lot of times my message when I say this is to the women, the single women out there. I don't care how old you are or how young you are. If you hear this message, watch your fucking self. If you ain't never packed a pistol and you can go buy one, go buy one. If you ain't breaking the law, but you can't have a gun, go get one anyway and keep one in your motherfucking purse with you, because it's better to be caught with it than caught without it. Because at least if you're caught with it, you got a fighting fucking chance. If you're caught without it, your ass is done. Yes, Dragon, I'm on a good one, Drag. The Drag's like, damn, bro, you're still going strong. That's right, Raider Mac, Big Mo, Richard Lyon, Aaron Davidson, Hey, we used to talk, me and Dragon, we used to talk about these things and a few other friends, I won't say their names, but we used to sit down, have smoke sessions when I would be recording my music and we'd be done and we'd fucking be smoking, talking shit and talking about a lot of things. So Drag knows it's not a fad. This is how we've been feeling for a long time. And it's just fucked up, man, but you got to protect yourself. And they want to people that have never handled weapons and stuff like that, or women, they want to scare them. Stay away from guns. You don't need guns. Don't go buy yourself a gun, because they want you to be vulnerable to this shit. They want you to be fucking a sitting, they want you to be a fresh fucking meat for whoever sees you and wants to move on your ass. That's right, Richard Lyon. You guys, I love interacting with you guys, man. And like I keep saying all the time, but I got to go live more. Because there's so much shit to say. Always. Like I'm still pissed what the Biden administration just did. The Biden and Harris administration took off the fucking... I'm still mad that they took off the Secret Service detail of Robert F. Kennedy. They want him to die. They want him to get shot. Think about this. God forbid that something does happen to Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Wow. That's all I'd say. I'd be like, dude, it'd be right in our face. Think about it. If they take off the security detail, then it's easier for the motherfuckers that they're putting in place to murder him and not being worried about fucking getting shot or getting found. Right? If they remove the security detail from RFK Jr. and there's no security there, then it makes it easier for the motherfuckers they're putting in place to take him out. Or maybe take Trump. I don't fucking know. But I'm pretty sure Trump is going to help provide some detail for him. I'm sure. And I'm sure there'll be others. If there's veterans out there and you're able to, and somebody sees this video and you're able to, go out there and volunteer and protect Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Protect freedom. The ones trying to kill democracy is those crazy motherfuckers over there. I'm not even going to say the left, the right. No, just them motherfuckers over there. The teabagonist, the teabagger express, the teabag party, bunghole deluxe party, one hole deluxe. Richard Lyon, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, if people have the means to protect them, just go do it. Go do it. Offer it. Because these motherfucking pieces of shit, they're showing us they don't care about what the fuck we want. They see that we want Trump. They see the majority wants Trump. And now that Kennedy's with them, they're like, he's got Kennedy, he's got Vivek Ramaswamy, he's got Tulsi Gabbard, he's building an all-star fucking cabinet. They don't want that. They don't want Trump. They definitely don't want no one else going with him. They definitely don't. Raider Mac, I wish, right? I wish we all could just fucking get along, man. Yeah, I remember that. Hopefully they offer the same thing to Kennedy. Hopefully the vets would do that for Kennedy too, man, because come on, man. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is like, people don't think of him this way, but when it comes down to America and our history, that's like royalty right there. The Kennedys and everything they stand for, it still lives in him. What John F. Kennedy Jr. stood for, right? What Robert F. Kennedy Sr. stood for, what John F. Kennedy Jr. stood for, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. still stands for with this day, and he has aligned himself with Trump because Trump has a lot of those values as well. Trump feels the same way. I look at Trump and Kennedy very similar. Of course, people will say, well, Trump's a billionaire. Kennedy wasn't. That's the only fucking difference when I look at him. And the fact that thank God they didn't kill him on stage a couple of months back because they killed Kennedy. That's right, Drag. That's right, guys. You know, yesterday I got called a racist. I got called a bigot. I got called homophobic because I said I'm voting for Donald Trump. Like I said before, anybody that knows me knows I'm anything but. So it doesn't matter what that person said. But that's how intelligent they are. Because you're voting for someone who's going to take this country where it needs to go to and take it out of the shithole. Oh, you're voting for him, so you're racist. You're homophobic. You're this, you're that. Not, you're voting for him because you want the country to survive. You want the country to get back to something of what it used to be. You want it to just be better for our kids, for the ones coming after us and below us. We're not voting for him because of that. We're voting because we're racist. We're voting because we're homophobic. We're so worried about that. No, the hate does not come from this side. The hate comes from over there. The hate comes from over there. There's no joy. There's no strength over there. It's fucking complete lunacy, complete idiocracy, complete fucking, they're lunatics. There's no fucking logic over there. It's just a fucking circus that I do not want to be a part of. And because I do not want to be a part of that circus, I'm racist. Call it whatever the fuck you want. That's right, Big Mo. That's right, Richard. Raider Mac. Man, you guys been rocking with me now for a couple of, an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. That's crazy. But yeah, man, there's so much shit going on. So I can't wait to get into football a little bit, just to kind of just decompress a little bit. Don't take your guard down, but decompress. Like I said before, guys, I wouldn't be surprised if Davante Adams gets traded to the Jets. With the way the wide receiver's been looking, with the money that Davante Adams is due next year, $40 million, they ain't going to give him $40 million. No. And if he continues to be disgruntled and say he wants out, they'll just get rid of him. We're deep at wide receiver. I'm not even worried about it. What I'm worried about is the quarterback position. That's right, Richard Lyon. I feel you. Yeah, man. Nicole Alexander, she's still here too. She's been fucking with me since I got up in here. Most of you guys, I appreciate you guys. The Raiders, though, man, that first game in Los Angeles, I don't know, man. We got to get that running game going. I hope the defense is on point, because if we don't get that running game going, it's going to be a long motherfucking day, man. It's going to be a shootout, hopefully. If we don't get the running game going, it's going to be a shootout. Hopefully we can pull it out. If we do, we'll be all right. I'm not worried about it, because then the pass will be able to come off it. You know what I'm saying? But something deep inside is telling me that Minshew is not going to get it done for the rest of the year. Yes, I agree, Richard Lyon, and I agree, Aaron Davidson. The reason why I said this earlier is because the report that's been coming out with Deshaun Jackson saying that he's unhappy with the decisions, right, that the Raiders are making. And I was talking about how deep the Raiders are at wide receiver, that if they did, I don't want Davante to be traded. Don't take that as that. I don't want him to be traded. I want him to stay with the Raiders. He's going to be due $40 million next year. They're not going to pay him that. So either he takes a pay cut or they trade him, right? So what I was saying was, I love Davante. I'm from Fresno. I love Derek Carr too. He's gone. I love Davante, but I wouldn't be shocked if they decided to trade him if the Raiders go 1-3, 1-4, 2-4, 2-5, because Davante's going to be unhappy. And at that point, if that happens, I wouldn't be surprised if they traded him. That's what I was saying. I don't want him to be traded. I want him to stay a Raider. But if we start fucking up and we go 0-3, 0-4, 1-4, 1-5, 2-4, 2-5, don't be surprised if they happen to trade his ass. Yeah, I would hope so. I would hope that he would restructure because then he could stay, right? I would hope for him to restructure. But when you look at our team, Jacoby Myers can be a number one. Right now, Jacoby Myers is probably the best player on the offensive side of the ball. If you've been hearing the reports, if you've been watching the practices, and you've been seeing the consistency, Jacoby Myers is very underrated. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Raider Mac. Coupon Tom don't want to pay nobody. Yeah, unless he restructures for like, $27 million or something like that. You know what I mean? Spread over, $27 million a year or $25 million a year because the salary cap is going to go up next year. So he can restructure and still get some good money, but it won't be $40 million. And then think about this though. Say this season doesn't go well. We get a high pick. Aaron Rodgers is going to be a free agent next year. Wouldn't that be crazy if Aiden O'Connell actually also sat a year behind Aaron Rodgers to learn? Wouldn't that be something crazy, huh? The Raider fans, if they did it, we'd be all for it because Aaron Rodgers can play another 2 or 3 years. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Lion. Like when it comes to the receiving core, if you count the tight ends in, Bowers and Mayer, we got a smorgasbord of motherfuckers that can catch the ball. So if they happen to trade him, the Raiders wouldn't feel it. I don't think they would feel it. But I want Devontae Adams to stay with the Raiders because I love Devontae. I'm from Fresno State all day. I want him to be a Raider. Raider Joe, I feel the same way, man. I feel the same way, Raider Joe. I'm not expecting playoffs or nothing, bro. It's a roll of the dice right now. We got to get lucky. Our defense is going to have to play lights out all year. And we need a lot of things to happen for us to maybe even sniff the playoffs. Other than that, it's probably going to be a fucking ugly year. Yes, sir, Big Mo. We are definitely building that O-line. Of course, yeah, Aaron Rodgers is getting old, bro, but there's still some people in the NFL and in that Raiders organization that still believe he can play, bro. And it doesn't matter what me and you think. I could say, fuck Aaron Rodgers. I could say, yeah, Aaron Rodgers. But if Telesco and those guys believe, if we end up in that situation, who knows what could happen? I'll tell you what, though. I don't believe in drafting Shedeur Sanders. I do not believe in drafting Shedeur Sanders. If we suck and we end up drafting high, I do not believe in drafting that guy. Yeah, Richard Lyon, that gunslinger mentality, he can't get away from it, bro. That gunslinger mentality, he cannot get away from it. He's not going to be, I'm not saying he's going to be out there throwing interception after interception, but when it's most important, those interceptions are going to cost us games. And they'll yank them after about, if we're in a bad situation after about 4, 5, 6 weeks, they're going to yank them. They're going to yank them. And that's when I would be expecting Devontae to probably be traded if we're in a fucked up situation. Of course, best case scenario is everybody balls out, and after 6 or 7 weeks, we're like 4-2. You know what I'm saying? 5-2, 5-1, 4-1. You know, that's best case scenario. But the way it looks, it doesn't look like it's going to be that. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely some good quarterbacks coming in, man. So I'm not trying to shit on Minshew. I want him to do well. I want Minshew to do well because that means the Raiders are going to do well. And I want to tell people to shut the fuck up already because they're always ragging on my Raiders, talking about the Raiders suck. So I want them to do well so people can shut the fuck up. And the guys like Crosby and the guys like Devontae and the veterans and stuff like that can know what it's like to fucking win with the Raiders. You see what I'm saying? And get for Devontae to get back to winning a little bit and for Crosby to know what it feels like to win. Yeah, Richard Lyon. I don't feel it. I don't feel that Gardner Minshew is going to be the answer, and I don't feel he's going to do well. I don't. Not at all. Yeah, man. For sure. I don't feel it. I don't see it. And it's fucked up. I felt a little bit more optimistic with O'Connell. I just feel it. I feel a little bit more optimistic with O'Connell. Like we got a shot at just doing some damage, a little bit of damage, right? But with Minshew, I don't have that feeling. Is it because I'm biased? Is it because the energy? Is it because, that? I don't know. I just don't feel it. I just don't feel it. Thank you guys for being up in here, man. Thank you guys for coming in and interacting with me, by the way. I'm going to check those guys out. My brother's been telling me about those dudes and some other dudes. Richard Lyon. My brother's been telling me about those guys. Yeah. Yeah, Big Mo. And yeah, Aaron Davidson. I'm hoping a lot of young players step up, bro, because they looked hungry in that last game. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm worried about too, man. Raider Mac, I'm worried about the same thing, that everything's just going to fucking implode because we've been so used to it. That's what always fucking happens, right? I'm not trying to fall into that energy, but it's always something. Right when we start getting close to turning it around, something happens. And this year, what's happening is Gardner Minshew. He's the one that's happening now. Gardner Minshew. Yeah, because we definitely got the weapons, and that O-line's going to be great, man. It's maybe not great now, but it's going to be great. That O-line's going to be great. They're putting the right pieces there. Once we get JPJ back in there, and he's playing every week, and that line can gel together, Mumford's solid at right. Parham, I'm a little bit worried about. That guy's he's looking trash on the right. He may lose that job to Whitehair or someone else. And we got JPJ and Miller on the left, and we got James in the middle. Glaze, if we have to. If Parham looks bad, put Glaze next to Mumford. Why not? I feel you, Richard Lyon. Yeah, I wasn't a big Telesco guy either. Because I seen, that he didn't do shit over there with the Chargers. So I'm like, what the fuck's he going to do with us? You know what I mean? But I got faith in the guy. They're drafting some good players, some good young players, man. They are doing that. The competition level is way up there. I was really high on Dylan Laube, but he really didn't show much in the games. He didn't really show up much. Tyreek McAllister showed up like a fucking beast. Ramel Keaton showed up like a fucking beast. Wilkerson, DJ Turner showed up like a fucking beast on offense. The offensive lineman, Glaze, showed up. He showed up like a motherfucker, Mumford. You know what I mean? It's like, that's right, Raider Mac. I feel you, Richard Lyon. I feel you. But yeah, man, it's always good coming in here with you guys, man, chopping it up with you. I know there's a few of you that's been here with me the whole fucking time, man. And that's fucking dope. I got 19 likes on this video. I can't fucking believe it, to be honest with you. Yeah, for anybody that's still watching, if you haven't liked the video, give me a like, por favor. Share the video when you get a chance. check the channel out. If you haven't seen it lately, there's a bunch of shit up there. I'm gonna start doing a little bit longer videos instead of just a lot of shorts. Especially when it comes to the Raiders, especially when it comes to Trump, and when it comes to other stuff. Like, a lot of people really, I don't know if you've ever heard of Nibiru, Planet X, Hercolobus, the Red Dragon, Dark Star Nemesis, the dying second sun. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of that. Yo, what's up, Drag? Drag's back. Yeah. Hey, Robertson would have been a good slot guy. Richard Lyons. Robertson would have been a good slot guy and or even for depth after Hobbs, right? Because we got Jacorian on one side, we got Jack on the other side. You got Hobbs in the slot, and Robertson was a good depth guy, but he wanted to go start, man. So he went to Detroit, and he's starting over there. Yeah, man. I do love the players the Raiders have drafted. I do love the players. And another thing, don't be surprised if they add to that defense here in the next couple of weeks, in the next week or so. Do not be surprised if they sign a free agent, another defensive back to add. Do not be surprised if it's somebody that not I wouldn't say like superstar, but somebody that can add some good depth. Raider Mac, that was dope. That flagpole that Tom McDonald have, it's fucking dope. The middle fingers up. It's that whole fucking song, bro. That shit was hilarious. I was fucking dying when I first seen it. He hits it on the head every time, man. Yes. That's right. You Saints winning. Bowers is gonna eat like a motherfucker. Yep, Big Mo. That's what I feel. They're going to add some depth. Hey, yo, Richard Lyon, my brother said that. My brother said, man, when he called, because my brother loves Oklahoma, but when they went with Minshew, he goes, well, maybe they should trade fucking Aiden and get something for him because there's people out there that want him. Maybe you can get a 4th or a 5th rounder for him. Maybe a 3rd rounder. Who fucking knows? He had a 1st round grade for this last year that they said he would have been a 1st rounder. Yeah, Drake May's really good. That McCarthy, I didn't have no confidence in him, and he's out for the season, but Drake May for sure. Yeah, our tight ends are going to eat, man. Tucker's going to eat. Myers is going to eat. Devontae will get his, but Bowers and the running backs and Tucker, Myers, those guys are going to benefit the most. You know what I'm saying? They're going to benefit the most out of that because they're going to be doubling Devontae. And soon enough, you're just going to have to man up across the board. And once you man up across the board, somebody's going to fucking kill you. Somebody's going to beat you. Yeah, Hendon Hooker, man. I wanted them to draft him, bro. I wanted them to draft Hendon Hooker when he was there. And they never did. Hendon Hooker, man, the guy has so much upside. He can move. He's got a rocket per arm. He throws a great deep ball. He can escape. He's got great escapability. You know what I'm saying? And they just, every time they had a chance to draft that dude, they didn't do it. It's crazy, man. I just think back at this year's draft and how they didn't draft one quarterback, though. You know what I'm saying? They not even one. It's crazy because you end up in this situation. You should have drafted somebody to cover your ass just in case you end up like this, where neither guy really won the job, but you're giving it to Minshew by default because he's a veteran and he can move. Yes, sir, Aaron Davidson. We do need time in the pocket to do all that. It's going to surround everything we're trying to do is going to come down to the offensive line, whether we're trying to pass the ball or run the ball. It's going to be all on that O-line. And right now, I'm not 100% sold on them, but like I said, once Jackson Powers Johnson gets back about the 4th or the 5th game and they get some playing time together and start to gel, then I'll feel more comfortable about the O-line later on in the year. But going into the year, not at all. No, I don't. Yeah, we got Miller, and we got I think it's gonna be Whitehair that's gonna fucking end up starting at left guard because JPJ is out. We got fucking Andre James, and then it's a toss-up at right guard if it's gonna be Glaze or Parham, and at right tackle if it's gonna be Munford or Glaze. So I think it's gonna be Munford though, but Glaze should be playing. I think he should be either right guard or left guard. Damn. The Lions are trading him, Raider Mac? Yep. I remember that, you Saints winning. I seen that. Yep. Wow, that's crazy, Raider Mac. That's crazy. But yeah, man, it's just, you know, it's always something with the Raiders, though. It could just never be a quiet season. There's always something, right? Started with the fucking started with the receiver thing with Devontae, and then with the fucking Antonio Pierce bankruptcy shit, right? And then the quarterback battle. And now we are where we are now. It could never just be just straight, hey, let's play some football. It never is. It's just crazy, man. Hey, for those up in here that haven't hit the like for me. We got 20 likes. That's crazy. I think that's the most I've ever gotten on a fucking live before. And I appreciate you guys, man, for being up in here, for spending some time with me and letting me get off my therapeutic session. Yeah, fuck Kermit. It'll get, that situation will get handled when it gets handled. When he said that shit about fucking when they made fun of him with the puppet and shit, the Muppet. It'll get handled when it gets handled. Shut the fuck up, Kermit. Go find your fucking Miss Piggy and get the fuck out of Dodge. I forgot. Andy Reid is Miss Piggy. Woo! Raiders, motherfucker. Yeah, Andreas Pete, bro. He's been all right. I've been watching him. He's been all preseason. He started at left tackle for us, except this last game, I believe. He's been solid. So he might even be at right guard or left guard because our starting left tackle is Miller, is Colton Miller. So I forgot about Pete. I knew there was one guy. He's been a little inconsistent, but playing left tackle for him is just too much these days. And he's not going to have to play left tackle with us. So who knows? Maybe they put Pete at right tackle and put Munford at right guard and move Glaze into left guard until JPJ comes back and see how that works out. I'd be more comfortable with that line right there than the line they're going to put out, which is Cody Whitehair at left guard and Parham at right guard with Munford at right tackle. It's just, there's two holes right there. Oh, yeah. Motherfucker. I can't stand Kermit. Yeah, I'm here. Shut the fuck up. You're here, motherfucker. Whatever, fool. Fuck you. Fuck the queefs. Fuck the donkey you rode in on. How about that? How about that, homie? How about that? How about you like those fucking apples I said? Fuck you. It's the Raider Nation. We're going to rock this shit till the fucking heels fall off, till the hub scrapes. There's no motherfucking wheels. And once the hub starts scraping, we're going to jump in the ocean and we'll ride that motherfucker till it sinks to the bottom of the motherfucking ocean. Raider Nation all day, motherfucker. Let's go, Raider Nation. You're not exited for dropping your gas tank. Yo, what's up, Doppelganger? Raider Joe, Big Mo, Richard Lyons, you Saints winning. Or you ain't win, you Saint winning. Okay. Aaron Davidson, what's cracking, folks? What's up with everybody? Hey, if you're just coming in and you ain't hit that like for me, guys. Hit that like for me. I appreciate it. Everybody that's been fucking with me. Hey, man, I get fired up about the Raiders, bro, because it's coming. It's coming. Hey, do you guys think Tyreek McAllister makes the 53-man roster? Do you think he's going to make it? You think they're going to cut him? I think personally, if you cut Tyreek McAllister, you're fucking up. You got to keep that guy. That guy, as far as speed on offense, there's two guys that I look at, Tucker and now McAllister. They're like the same type of player, bro. They're like the same type of player. Nicole Alexander, what type of video are you talking about? Thank you, Doppelganger. Yeah, see, and after he had that, bro, after he had those 2 touchdowns and that punt return Friday night, you can't hide that dude. That would be a mistake, right? To try to hide him on the practice squad, you can't hide that dude. As soon as they see he's on the practice squad, guess who's gonna fucking pluck him? It'll be the Chiefs or the Broncos or the motherfucking Chargers, bitch ass. I will guarantee it. I will guarantee it. If they put McAllister on the practice squad, one of those motherfuckers is going to take him and give him a roster spot. It'll probably be the Chiefs because they love speed. One thing I love about Andy Reid, he took a page out of the Raiders and Al Davis, and he adds nothing but speed, more speed to that fucking offense. It's ridiculous. They got the fastest offense in the motherfucking NFL, and I hate to say that, but it's the fucking truth. That's right, Doppelganger. Yeah, they got to keep McAllister, bro. If it comes down to Wilkerson and McAllister, I say you keep McAllister. That's my thing. Because what? You got Devontae. They say they're only keeping 5 receivers. That's the crazy thing. You got Devontae. You got Myers. You got Tucker. Turner. Guyton ain't going to make it. It's going to be Wilkerson or McAllister. Miami's fast as fuck, bro. Miami's fast as fuck with Hill and Waddle. But remember, they just added Xavier Worthy. And so maybe Miami's a little bit quicker. But, yeah, they're in our division, bro. Miami's not in our division. The fucking Chiefs are, and I hate that shit. I hate that they got so much speed, man. Raider Joe. Yep, he's got that speed like Kaufman that once he hit that hole, you're like, he's gone. Ain't nobody catching him. Which dude, Richard Lyon? Ramel Keaton? I made a video about Ramel Keaton months ago when they signed him. I made videos about a lot of these dudes. Yeah, Javon Walker was good when he was with us. He did a little something, but he ended up retiring years back. Yeah, Aaron Davidson. That's McAllister right there. That's McAllister. Ramel Keaton, dude. They got to keep him too. So how do you keep these guys, right? Unless you're going to roll with 6 receivers. They're only taking 2. They're only going to roll with 2 quarterbacks. So maybe they run with 6 receivers and what, 2 or 3 tight ends? Ramel Keaton, that fool balled out on Friday, man. And when I made the video about him months back when they signed him, what I said is that he'd be a good player down the road, that maybe he could crack the practice squad or maybe get lucky and make the team, but only because our wide receiver core was so deep already. You know, you got Myers, you had Tucker, you got Adams, and then after that, the guys that we already had there. So with the other guys that we drafted as well. So I was like, with as deep as we are, that it would be the only reason he would end up on the practice squad is because of how deep we are. Yeah, man. Got to keep fucking Tyreek McAllister, bro. And plus, if they fucking don't keep him, he's gone from the Madden game, and I don't got no more speed when I'm playing, dude. And I love having speed in that game, bro. Raiders have not had speed at the running back or wide receiver position like that since Ruggs and since Darren McFadden in the video game. When Darren McFadden was on the video game, when we had him, nobody could stop me. I'd hand the ball off to that fool with that 96 speed, get around that corner, gone. Yeah, Lion. Turner has done good, but I would put Turner on the practice squad to keep these guys. I would put Turner on the practice squad and add these two dudes. That's what I would do. That's what the fuck I would do, because there's no way you're going to be able to hide McAllister. My gamer tag, hold on, I'll type it. And I'm on Xbox One, bro. My gamer tag is fuck. Hold on, let me see. I can't even see right here. Hold on. All right. That's my gamer tag. No, I've got an Xbox One S. Actually, my son's, it was passed down to me because then I bought him the new one. That's kind of how it works. I bought him an Xbox One when they first came out. Then when he wanted the next one, he passed me down that one. And then he got the next one and passed me down. And then I just kind of recently started getting back into Madden. I used to play years ago, but I hadn't played in years. Richard Lyon, the dude, he's a good route runner. He's got good hands, as we see. He just needed an opportunity. Ramel Keaton, he just needed an opportunity. So that's what I was saying about, I wouldn't be surprised if they traded Adams at some point, only because of the young receivers that we have, along with the veterans, the veteran like Jacoby Myers and the up-and-comer like Tucker, and with Bowers and Mayer and all that, the Raiders wouldn't, I don't think they would feel it trading Devontae. I love him. I want him to be a Raider, but they wouldn't feel it. It would make room for the younger players. Hey, it is what it is. If he's going to be disgruntled and he's unhappy, if that continues and that's true, then what do you got to do? You got to cut bait, bro. You got to cut your losses. That's right. That's right. He can learn. Keaton is, I'm sure all those receivers been learning from Devontae, and they've been learning from Myers. I'll guarantee you they've been learning like a motherfucker. Right? And yeah, man. For the new folks coming in right now, hit that like button for me. If you ain't smashed it, smash that motherfucker down for me. Smash that bitch like a ham sandwich. Smash that bitch like a ham sandwich. Or smash that bitch the way they used to smash Kamala back in Hollywood back in the 90s. They were double teaming that bitch. Triple teaming. Yeah. Yeah, Raider Mac. You're right, Richard Lyon. Yeah, you ain't winning, right? He left over there because he wanted money. He got the money with the Raiders. Now he's pissed. And it's just that wide receivers are always divas, man. Wide receivers are always these fucking divas. All the time. That's what I'm saying, Richard Lyon. And that's what I'm saying. Looking at his contract, how old he is, and that he's unhappy, I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, hey, let's trade him, see what we can get for him. We got these young, hungry receivers. One thing you could say about the Raiders team right now on offense and defense, these young guys are fucking hungry. They're hungry. They want it. They're trying to fucking make this team. They want to put their imprint on the motherfucking Raiders and on the NFL, and they're like, give me my motherfucking chance. I need a chance. So if you can, if Adams is a fucking problem and you can cut ties with him, don't got to worry about his salary next year. You don't got nothing on the cap with him, and you can get some picks for next year. You make room for your young players. You want to go young? Why wouldn't you do it? A smash sandwich, Raider man. Big Mo. Yeah, man. Yeah, Richard Lyon, I'm saying, man, it's just the more that I see that and the more that you hear about Devontae Adams, the more I'm starting to believe that maybe he will be traded. And just like Derek Carr, it hurt me to see him go, but nobody's above the shield. Nobody. Not motherfucking John Gruden, right? Not Tim Brown, not Marcus Allen. Nobody. Nobody's above the shield. I don't care if you're Derek Carr. I don't care if you're Devontae Adams. I don't care if you're Antonio Pierce. Nobody's above the shield. Nobody. And that's the way it is. And it's always going to be that way. Yeah, Richard Lyon, I don't want to see him go either. But then when you start seeing everything, you're like, fuck, man, another motherfucker. Another Randy Moss again. Another Randy Moss situation. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm thinking, that maybe they're going to sign a couple of more free agents here. You know what I'm saying? Maybe on the O-line and maybe on the defensive backfield as well. That would really help, man. And I just hope they get off to a strong start, because if they don't, yeah, it's going to be all hell. So hopefully it's a strong start. Hopefully it's a positive start. Hopefully we, our first 6-7 games, even a 4-3 would be good. I'd be happy after 7 games with a 4-3, man. Not a 3-4. But a 4-3, because then at that point, our O-line has been together maybe a couple of games, and they're going to get stronger going later into the year. I believe that. Our O-line, once Jackson Powers-Johnson comes back after week 4 or 5, and they start gelling together, they're going to get stronger later in the year. And our defense is going to be our defense regardless. I'm confident in that. Where Minshew is going to be at that point, I don't know. Will O'Connell be in at that point? I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fucking interesting. But one thing we're not going to do here, we're not going to bullshit, and we're not going to act like Minshew Mania is here. Oh, Minshew Mania, yeah. Making all these fucking, all this shit in this. Like, I get it, bro. I get it. He's marketable. I don't hate the guy. I like Minshew. But I'm not with that clown shit. And people are like, but that's a Raider. He's a Raider. He's flamboyant. I'll tell you when he's a Raider. When he starts doing what the great Raider quarterbacks did once they fucking came to the nation from wherever else they were and made the shit work, rock, and roll. When he makes that offense rock and roll and that Raider team is winning games, that's when he's a fucking Raider. That's when it's Minshew Mania. That's when he gets the fucking respect. You don't give a motherfucker respect just because, oh, it's Gardner Minshew. He hasn't fucking earned it. He's not I'm going to say it. He's not Tom Brady. Fuck Tom Brady. But he's not Tom Brady, okay? He's not Ken Stabler. He's not Rich Gannon. He's not Joe Montana. The dude has not proven himself. So to just hand him everything and give him the crown, Minshew Mania, shut the fuck up. No, not yet. Not yet. Until he proves himself, I'll be the first motherfucker out here saying Minshew Mania is alive and well and it's going. You cannot anoint the dude before he puts in some work. It's like in the street. When you're new in the street, just because whatever. Well, nowadays you can have money and they anoint you because you got money. Now you're the big fucking whatever. But back in them days, you had to put in some work first before you got anointed anything, before you got any respect. It just wasn't given to you. Yes, Aiden was. Jim Plunkett. Big time motherfucking player, bro. I feel you, Lion. I was pulling for Aiden too, man. Yep. Yeah, man. It's most definitely another interesting season upon us. I'm hoping to get to one of the games this year. Maybe in October or November. I don't know yet. But I definitely want to go see one. I want to take my son and my brothers and there's a bunch of us. There's probably like fucking 8 of us that are all Raider fans that we want to go. And it's going to be an experience, man. And I hope they're doing well. I hope they're playing good because I don't want to see a squad out there that's just getting pushed around. I don't want to see a squad out there that don't even want to play, that don't want to be there. I'm not really, when I think about that, I'm not really worried about that. When you got guys like Max Crosby, You know what I'm saying? You got guys like Max Crosby on defense. You got Wilkins. You got Spillane. Them guys are the true leaders of the team, in my book. They're the true leaders of the team. They're keeping motherfuckers in line. And with those guys there, hopefully we shouldn't have that problem. Yeah. Yeah, if Jacobs don't get hurt, man, if he don't get hurt, he'll do all right in Green Bay. He'll do all right there. If Jacobs don't get hurt, he'll do fine. I love Jacobs too, man. I loved him. But once he started turning his back and he got mad and he left, he started running his mouth, I was like, fuck you too. Yeah, man. Do not waste the defense. When you look at the Raiders overall, we got all the pieces that you need when you're building a great team. Good left tackle, right? Good fucking weapons on offense, a good defense. The O-line's getting built the way it should be. The D-line's built. It's going to be stout. You got everything you need. It's just the quarterback that's missing, man. It's the fucking quarterback. The star quarterback that can make it all work and pull it all together. I firmly believe that when Aiden O'Connell gets his chance, he's going to ball the fuck out, and you will see him moving around. You will see him running. You will see him being mobile because he's going to learn now, like, damn, that's all they want me to do really is just at least move around, run when I have to. They like how I throw the ball. Yeah, I made a mistake here and there, but they love the way I throw the ball. My accuracy is better than Minshew's. My ball placement is really good. They just want me to move around more. They don't want me to just stay stuck. They want me to show it in games, not only in practice. Once he gets that and he gets his chance and does that, it'll be good. Man, I can't believe 2.5 hours later and we're still going strong here. Yeah, got to put that shit together, bro. We need that one piece right there. And I believe if Aiden O'Connell comes in there and he starts dealing that motherfucker and we start winning some games later on in that year, you will see a star could be born. You will see that Aiden O'Connell, if he starts moving around, running around, he will look more like the guy than Minshew ever will. Because Minshew can move around, but he's a gunslinger and he's going to turn the fucking ball over. He's going to turn the ball over at a higher clip than Aiden O'Connell will. That's what I believe. That's exactly what I believe. Man, we've been going for a minute here. I didn't even know how long. It's got to be fucking, 2 hours and 42 minutes. Jesus. Yeah. Rodgers is going to want to play in a warm weather place. That's for sure. A dome, right? That's for sure. If he leaves New York, I don't think he's going to want to stay there, right? He's going to leave and he's going to want to play warm weather stadium, warm weather city, or a dome somewhere. And it'd be crazy, man, if somehow, some way he ended up in Vegas next year. Crazier shits happen. Everybody keeps talking about Tom Brady. I think that's just to keep the Raiders' name out there, to keep them out there, keep them relevant, keep people watching. That's just my thing. That's what I believe. When people talk about Brady's coming back, he's going to play for the Raiders, it's just to keep them relevant. It keeps the stock of the Raiders driving up, right? Keep eyes on the Raiders. Yeah, Raider Mac. Aiden was throwing motherfucking darts, bro. Aiden is not a gunslinger. He still gets a little bit flustered in that pocket where sometimes he can be, fucked with, where he sees something coming and he lets the ball go and he shouldn't make that throw. But I believe that's few and far in between. I believe it's less than what it's going to be like with Minshew. That's just how I feel. Never know. Never fucking know. If anybody that's in here that just popped in, hit the like button for me. I appreciate everyone else that's already liked it. Everyone else that's already came up in here that's not here no more. The ones that are here, thank you guys, man. I appreciate you for coming in. Yeah. Yep. You're right, Raider Mac. And you're right, Richard Lyon. Fuck yeah. Well, everybody knows that Aiden O'Connell's favorite player is Tom Brady, and he looks just like him in the goddamn throwing motion, the way he moves, everything. He looks just like Brady. Wouldn't it be something if he's the next fucking quarterback? Right? The story's there. Tom Brady's story was what? He was a 6th rounder. Everybody passed up on him. All that shit, right? Look at Aiden's story. He was a walk-on at Purdue. He was 8th string. Comes to the Raiders. He's drafted, not even supposed to play. Gets thrown in there. Then he fucking has a quarterback battle. He loses the job to Minshew. I mean, the story's there. The story's been built up already for him. He just needs the opportunity. He just needs the opportunity, guys. For sure. But yeah, man, it's always great. Yeah, Richard Lyon. That's what me and my brother were talking about. Like, you always got these guys that like, oh, you know, my favorite quarterback was this guy. My favorite quarterback is that guy. Well, Aiden O'Connell's favorite quarterback was Tom Brady. And it's crazy they got a similar story as they're getting to their starting job to maybe have some greatness, right? That's crazy. It's crazy how the universe works. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys. My phone's been off here. And I turned the ringer off, but I'm seeing. Oh, that's Drag. Oh, Dragon sent me something. I'm going to look at that in a minute, Drag. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys, dude. You guys don't know how much this is therapy for me. This is therapy for me, dude. Like, I don't go out. I don't drink. I don't go to clubs. I don't go to bars. I don't do none of that shit. I'm always here with my son. He's been chilling in the living room with my niece. They're gaming and stuff like that. They ate their dinner. Everybody's chilling out. It's a lazy Sunday evening, getting ready for Monday. I appreciate you guys, man, coming up in here. I appreciate you guys fucking with me. I appreciate everyone that's come in, that's interacted. Even if you didn't interact, I appreciate you for stopping in. I appreciate you for liking the video. I appreciate you for fucking with me. Thank you guys so much. It means so much to me. Yeah, Richard Lyon, it's crazy how the universe works, right? It's just so fucking crazy. A fat Farva, yeah. I remember when they were calling him Farva when he came in. That's right, Raider Mac. Shit. It's all about the Raider Nation, baby. It's all about the Raider Nation. No mistaking, it's always something cracking, though, with the fucking Raiders. It's always something cracking with the motherfucking Raiders, man. And we all, Raider Mac, we all need this interaction, bro. I think what COVID did to a lot of people is it made them forget what human interaction's like, right? Like, we're not in the same room together, but it's almost like we are. Which I'm sure every one of you that's come in here, we could definitely sit down, have a beer, or just have some coffee, chop it up the same fucking way. For sure, Richard Lyon. Thank you coming up in here, bro. Thank you for being here, man. Thank you for your interaction. I look forward to seeing you again, bro. Raider Nation, Raiders all the motherfucking way. All right, you Saints winning. That'd be cool, bro. I'll see it there whenever I log on. I'll see the request there. Kevin Caniff from CT. All right, I got you. I'll be looking out for that one because I don't have any friends on my thing, so you'll be the only request there. But yeah, man, it's just crazy, man. The times we're living in. Of course, Aaron Davidson, man, I appreciate you guys taking your time, bro. You know, I know people are busy. I know they got other things to do, man. And I appreciate you guys taking your time to come up in here. I'm just tripping because it's been a steady flow of people in and out here, in and out, approaching 3 hours. And I never been on this long. But we start talking, we're just going to keep going. We can just keep going and going and going, you know what I mean? Until we get tired and shit. But it's so much, like I say, man, women, keep your head on a swivel. Watch yourself. Men too. Kids. If any kids see this, watch yourself when you're out in public. Take your earphones off. Take your head out of your phone. Watch your fucking surroundings. A lot of these devices, a lot of these things have been put in your possession to keep you distracted so you're not paying attention to what's going on around you. And if you're not paying attention to what's going on around you, you're not going to be able to stop it. You're not going to be ready for it. And things are going to happen to you if you're not ready for it. When you're out in public, put your phone away, put your earbuds away, and watch everything around you so nothing happens to you. And so people don't get the upper hand on you so you can see what the fuck is coming. Right, you Saints winning? Yeah, man. Kids just... There's people out here that don't give a fuck about us. There's people that don't care about Americans. They don't give a fuck if you're white, black, yellow, or green. We're Americans. They aren't. They look at us as privileged because of the way it is from the countries that they're coming from and the shit that they've been through. They hate it that we have it so good out here. And now they're coming out here and they're getting free checks. They're getting free everything. They're getting free cars, free housing, the whole fucking nine. It's ridiculous. And I just don't understand, bro, how I see people still out in public and they're rolling around and they got their earpieces in and they're looking at their phone. They're walking, looking at their phone, sitting at a bench, looking at their phone. If you got your earphones in, you cannot hear anything behind you. You can't hear anything around you. You can't hear nothing. And you have to be on your P's and Q's. You got to watch your shit. You got to keep your eyes fucking open. You got to protect yourself, to protect your loved ones. It's sad, man, when you see more and more of these women and these kids getting abducted. And then they found that 12-year-old girl in Houston that was fucking, it was kidnapped by those two Venezuelan dudes and they fucking raped her and threw her in a ditch, man, a little 12-year-old girl. A 12-year-old girl, I don't give a fuck how old it is, how old the person is, the kid or the woman or the man. When it happens to them, it's sad, but a 12-year-old girl, man. A 12-year-old girl. Oh, my internet's disconnecting again? Is that what it is? I wonder if it's fucking going to rain outside. I don't know. But yeah, man, it's sad to see what's happening to women, to kids out here. Illegal immigration, man. I never thought I'd say that, but illegal immigration is doing this country in, and it's by design. It's a fucking plan. It's not about right or left. It's about protecting us, protecting our women, our children, our citizens, protecting our country, but protecting the veterans, taking care of them. Why the fuck is it so hard to understand what the fuck needs to be done here? It's not. It's because those motherfuckers are being paid to do this to us. They're being paid to do this to us and also taking our tax money and pocketing it. They're just making so much money off of everything while the regular working motherfucker is struggling and drowning and falling under the water and falling to the bottom of the motherfucking ocean with bricks tied around his motherfucking feet. He's got fucking cement shoes on and trying to swim. We got cement shoes on and they're throwing us in the fucking ocean and we're trying to swim with those motherfuckers on. And they're right there in these big yachts, fucking just driving around, acting like they don't see everybody drowning. Hey, there's nothing going on here. Hey, you're not drowning. No, you're not drowning. It's an illusion. Everything is great. There's nothing wrong because their lives are great, because they've got so much money that it's not affecting them. They're billionaires. They're millionaires. They're not feeling none of this shit. They don't care. They got money coming in left and right. They don't got to do nothing. They're being paid off by the lobbyists. They're being paid off by China. They're being paid off by all these other motherfuckers. They're not worried about it. They're not worried about it. So guys, with that being said, if you're in here and you haven't hit the like button for me. Thank you. I appreciate you guys for being up in here. I appreciate you guys fucking with me. When we talk about these type of things that fire me up, they send me into another energy. They send me into another gear. They send me to a fucking place that sometimes I don't want to go to. I don't like to be there, but it's the reality. I don't want to be in that reality. I don't want to be there. But the truth of the matter is we have to be prepared. I don't want to be there, but we have to be prepared. None of us want to be there. But the idea, the understanding, the knowledge is you better prepare yourself. You better fucking prepare yourself if you haven't already. Yeah, they don't take any L's. You Saints winning at all. That's why they're not worried. Regular folks like us are the ones taking the L's. Some of us taking L after L after L after L and still fucking managing to keep moving. Some taking an L here and there. Some have never taken an L and then they're taking a bunch at one time and they don't know how to deal with it. Bottom line is a lot of people are dealing with a fucked up situations right now in this country. Lots of people are dealing with fucked up situations in this country right now. There's old people, there's veterans, there's children, there's single mothers, single fathers on the street right now. They're not drug addicts. They're not alcoholics. They're actually working. They're living in their car. It's just everything is so expensive. They can't afford a place to live. They can't afford it. They need food. They need clothes. So they live in their car so they can afford to eat, so they can afford clothes for the kids. They choose to live in the car because they cannot pay a fucking apartment. They can't pay a house. Everything is too fucking expensive. They can't do it. It's just fucking bullshit. And it gets me pissed off. And it's like, they want to talk shit about Trump because he has a plan. He's got a plan to fix this. They don't have a plan. They don't even want to talk about it. All they're talking about is their hate for Trump. All they're talking about is why you shouldn't vote for him. Don't vote for him because he's this, he's that, he's a racist, he's this. He doesn't care about you. Motherfucker, say what you say, but you're the one showing that you're the racist. You're the one that's always talking about color. You're the one always pushing that on everyone else. You're the one always talking about fucking hate. Not this side. You're the ones always talking about it. But people are stupid and they don't see it's coming from you. They don't see you're the one spewing that shit and they keep pointing at everyone else. But when you point one finger over there, you've got three more coming back at yourself, motherfucker. You Saints winning, that's exactly what we are. That's exactly what we are. We're the next. Yep, their pockets stay full, Raider Mac. Their pockets never empty out. When they're $500 million rich, they ain't feeling none of this. The working class is feeling it. The poverty level is feeling it, right? Not these higher ups, these elites. They're not feeling any of it. They're not feeling none of it. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. That's why they don't want you to vote for Donald Trump, because the more you go over here to fuck with Trump, the less they're going to have in their pocket. That's how greedy they are. They got 500 million in their pocket. That ain't enough. We got how much you got in your account? 175 million. Oh, that ain't enough. We need more. We need more. We need more. We need about a billion. We need another 500 million. These motherfuckers are career politicians and they're worth $500-600 million. Come on, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. What I want to know is Wi-Fi weenie. Wi-Fi weenie. Get my nuts up out your pocket, bro. Saca mis huevos de tu bolsita, homie. Y si quieres que le metes mis huevos a tu pip, de tu vieja, carnal, because both of you guys be fucking around. You guys like to troll motherfuckers. I see you sometimes and it's all gravy. But anyways, just touching on that shit, man. Hey, We're hitting 3 hours. I think I'm going to end it at 3 hours. I got a couple things I need to take care of. I got some laundry I need to do. I got some other stuff. I'm a little bit hungry. It's late. Maybe I'll eat a piece of chicken right now. But I love you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for fucking with me. I'm going to make it a point to drop in some here during the week. I'll drop a post. Keep looking for the channel. When I'm going to go live, I'm going to drop a post and tell you guys when I'm coming. Thank you for fucking with me. Thank you for being here, watching, listening, subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for your interaction. Thank you for your energy. I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. Stay safe. Stay vigilant. Keep your eyes peeled. Keep them open. Keep your ears open. Keep your head on the motherfucking swivel. Watch these motherfuckers. And you know what? Hey, it ain't over till it's over. It ain't over till the fat lady sings. And guess what? I don't see a fat bitch in sight. With that being said, one love, good night. We out.